It's clobbering time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Clobberanimo!
Get those nerds! Nerd! No! Yeah. Get those nerds. Hey, everybody. Welcome to CLOBBERIN Times, issue number 517 on YouTube. 1,217 overall, almost 14 years. And, of course, Clobby's Clubhouse number 68. You know what comes next? We indeed
Clobberanimo!
and that too.
Now it's official. Nerds!
What'd you say? Get those nerds! Nerds! What?
Your new favorite clip?
Yeah, you should never put that on there. I love that so much. I've always loved nerds. Oh, a geek by any other name. Nowadays, since it's been blurred. Anyway, all right. Well, all right, everybody. So what do we got going on here? Show notes. We'll do some, I'll tell you what, we'll do the show notes, get those out of the way, and we'll start hanging out, everybody. How about that?
Let's do it!
We'll say our shout outs and everything. First, show notes for the evening, my good friends. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Central, my good buddy Dadman, who is here in the chat right now, hello, on his great channel, I will be joining him to talk some Super Bowl 57 and maybe some Super Bowl history. I don't know. We'll see. And looking forward to that. I think our buddy Ash is going to be on there. Maybe even Culture Casino. That'd be fantastic. I hope so. And of course, Nick and the Comic Shop Gang be hanging out with them 8:30 Central Standard Time. Our good buddy Nick Weiser talking Infinity Gauntlet number 6. Number 6. So looking forward to that. Hope to be seeing you there. And then Saturday night Star Trek, set 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Same Trek time, same Clobby channel.
Dun, 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 dun.
Kicking off season 5 of Deep Space Nine. 4 more episodes here and cannot wait. And of course, as you all know, this is officially Superman month.
Superman.
This looks like a job for Superman month. And celebrating the greatest superhero of them all, the king, the Mac Daddy, the man, the Superman, the big boss man of all superheroes. Love him. And of course, the 29th of February is his fictional birthday. Even though there's no 29th this month, we don't care. We celebrate him all month long anyway. And let's see, kicked it off this past Monday night with a great fun time. Just talking basic soups. And last night had a fantastic time with my good buddy Ace Cast Iron, and Mark joined us later talking
Ace.
Supreme. Yep. Absolutely enjoyed talking about the greatest Superman with a different name, but still Supreme Alan Moore's masterpiece run. That was a lot of fun hanging out, talking with him. And starting next up in our Superman celebration this Monday night on CLOBBERIN Times, a double featured extravaganza, starting out with an early special time 6 p.m. show. The great J-Man joins me for another visit to Earth B, a wacky world of Bob Haney presentation. I'm looking forward to it. My great buddy J-Man, who I hope is here right now in the chat. I cannot wait, buddy. Looking forward to it. Then a couple hours later at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, my buddy Carlos from Comics Mania joins me. Where did I put that thing? Where are you? There we go. To review Superman Annual Number 11 for the man who has everything, the Alan Moore, Dave Gibbons masterpiece, possibly the greatest Superman story ever told, or certainly one of them. This unbelievable, this brilliant piece of work must be celebrated. It is just that great. Alan Moore's, it's one of my all-time favorite Superman stories, one of my all-time favorite Alan Moore stories. It's got it all, and we'll be reviewing that. So 2 comics reviews Monday night. And then next Wednesday night, the CLOBBY'S Clubhouse will be it'll be a special night for CLOBBY'S Clubhouse. As we know, it's usually Thursday night.
Special edition.
But this week it will be Wednesday, because the next night, Wednesday night, there will be no show a week from tonight on CLOBBERIN Times channel. There will be Mark, the engineer, and I will be over at the Great Comics Divisions channel, all with a bunch of guys reviewing the new Marvel Studios film Wasp Makes Fun of Ant-Man for 2 hours, as J-Man likes to sort of call it.
But maybe we'll get Micronauts finally.
Don't even go there. No way. Not a chance. So
next Thursday, everyone, you know where you have to be. Go over to Comics Division.
Right.
And on Wednesday, instead of CLOBBY'S regularly scheduled programming, we will be doing the Clubhouse.
Indeed. Now for some shout-outs to our wonderful friends who are already here. We'll start with our fantastic wrenches. Whether they're here or not, they get the shout-out. Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher. A man. Always good. I hope you're doing great, buddy. Chris Persia, the Vindicator Wrench of the North. Absolutely ishness. The great Wrench of Iron Debut Martin. Bear in mind, I don't know who's here yet. I'm going to get to I can't see the chat, so I'm just shouting them out because they do so much for us. They always get the shout out. The God of the Wrench, Lord Thoth, and the great Lady Thoth. Of course, Avon lives. Long live the Legion. J-Man, the Wrench Without Fear, my partner in crime. J-Man. J-Man, by the way, I got to stop by for a few seconds to watch you guys tonight. I'm envious. I'm sorry I was not able to make it there, buddy. I appreciate the invite. I wish I'd been able to, but I was already over there with our great friends, Tom and the Midnight's Edge After Dark gang. But it was a great topic, a great show. And let me ask you all something, please. If you put J-Man, put your link in the chat. He is at 989 subs.
Oh, wowzers.
He needs 11 subs to get to 1,000. If you have not subscribed yet, I think we probably already have here, but just in case, let's get our good friend J-Man to the 1,000er if we can.
Do it.
Let's get him over there. I want to get him over there by the end of by the weekend for sure. So let's all push to do that. He's a great friend. He has a great channel. We all love our buddy J-Man, and he deserves it to get up there. So almost there, brother. Get that link in there, please. If you have not already, please. And if you're lurking out there, please, if you're watching on the rewatch out there, please, and thank you for being here. And also, please go subscribe to J-Man. I would really appreciate it. There's a link in my description below for those who may be lurking or listening later. Master of the Claboni.
HB.
Hungry Boy. Yes, indeed. Official artist of CLOBBERIN Times and artist of the cover of the extraordinary book, Science Fiction Tales by Arden Briggs. Super Wrench Carol.
The real soup.
Indeed. Wielder of Wrench Mjolnir, Maddie's daddy, and that old rascal Phantom Outsider. Fanty indeedy. Now, let me take a look at see who else is with us here tonight. You're so great to see you all. Again, thanks to the lurkers and thanks to the people watching on a rewatch. We really, really appreciate it. I don't say it enough. So here we go. Let's see who's here with us tonight. Matt G. Hey, Matt G. What's up, buddy? Matt G. Classic Comics. What is up, CC?
CC.
Good to see you, buddy. Michael Beacom. Hail to you and Cassandra.
And Cassandra Beacom.
Donnie Pearson. Hey, buddy. Good to see
Evening,
you, Donnie.
Donnie.
Hey, Donnie.
Let's see there. Hang on. Stuart Mitchell, you old space dog, you. Good to
Dolly
see
had
you.
braces.
Dolly had the braces, indeed. Larry.
Larry. It's
And
so
more
good to
Larrys.
see you. I
Three
love
Larrys
you very
here.
much. Thank you for, everyone, I have to say it every time because I love this human being. Larry is a full backer of my new book, of my new science fiction collection. Larry, I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Absolutely, ishness.
Shout out to all three
Thank
Larrys.
you, Larry. All the Larrys we can get there. Dad Man Walking, buddy. Looking forward to hanging out with you tomorrow night, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. Yep, going to be talking some Super Bowl tomorrow night. Place your bets. No, I'm just kidding. We're not.
Go Giants.
We're not professional. Go. Listen, go hunt where? Go buy tickets?
That's what my
Go to your seats, Giants?
My daughter's boyfriend is going to the Super Bowl. Like, he's leaving tomorrow. I'm like, get me any merch as long as it doesn't have the Eagles on it. Y'all go Giants for me when you're there.
It should be
And
good
he's like,
weather.
the Giants aren't even there.
It should be good weather. The Super Bowl's down in Arizona this year.
Yeah. It's like,
I love
fun,
it
yeah.
when the guys speak Martian.
Yes, we speak sports ball. Sorry, everybody. Anti-derivative Jill, communications officer. Hey, Jill. Claude Selling. Hey.
Hey.
See who else is here. Hang on.
All right,
I know we got-
J-Man's up to 992.
Oh,
Do
okay.
it.
Nice. Let's get J-Man over that hump, folks. Let's see. Let's see. Anyone else popped in. Death Ray, what's up, buddy?
That's Ray.
Good to see you. Herc 130.
Herc.
Hello.
Herc.
Hey. Or hey. Hey, Captain Infinity and beyond. What is up, Kimasabi? Wowzer, let's see. Yep. Hey, look, you're almost there, buddy. You're gonna get there. Notice when I went and stopped by earlier, you were so close. So you're getting to that 1K, dude. You're getting there this weekend. I'm telling you. Somehow, some way, we shall make it happen.
We will.
I have no idea how. By the way, I'm not. But I like to say it anyway. But we'll do it.
We will.
So, all right, everybody. Well, it's good to see you all. Thanks for being here with us tonight. We will shout out everyone accordingly as anyone who shows up, because we like to do this sort of thing. It's how we roll up in you at the clubhouse. So take your shoes off and, sit a spell and go out to the cement pond and sit with Granny and Jethro. And let's just geek
I was
around.
just going to start singing it.
And now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kids.
Well, no, say
They
hello
would like
first.
to think. Yeah, but
I got to interrupt.
Did
Did you see the Larry
Gotta say
gifted
goodbye.
5 Clobbering Times memberships?
Get
Yes,
out
sir.
of town.
I can't see that. Actually, I can if I look at the other side.
So Claude got one.
Hey,
Stuart got one.
Larry.
Ronnie got one.
I love
Maddie's
Larry.
daddy
Stop
got
showing
one.
me.
Held to Maddie's daddy.
it doesn't show me who got them.
Well, I can see that underneath in the YouTube feed. So Stuart Mitchell got one. Death Ray got one. Claude got one. Donnie, and I guess Maddie's daddy got the last one.
Excellent. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Who did it again? Was it Larry?
Larry.
Thank you, Larry. I'm sorry to hear you when you first said.
He's a fine
okay,
human
yep.
being.
Thank you so much, Larry. And Michael Beacom, did you say that Cassandra's from KC? So she's a Chiefs fan. We'll go. I'm pulling for the Chiefs. So I want to. I'm sorry. I hope it's Courtney. Hey, DJ Ronnie
G.
Hope it's Courtney. Love you, Courtney, if you're out there. But I hope she won't get mad at me. But I want the Chiefs to win. I hate the Eagles.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Minimus.
Can't go with the. Yeah, I'm Chiefs all the way. Yep.
Yeah, go Chiefs. I hate the.
Although if,
Memberships,
our-
Minimus. Larry's giving out memberships.
Thank
Although
you, Larry.
if our buddy Rush had done the old environmental wacko picks, he'd have the Eagles winning though, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't get
They're
too much
birds.
into that. But
Oh no,
Yeah.
I don't know the Chiefs now. Wait a minute. In today's climate, I'm not so sure. He picked.
Oh, but they
he'd have
would
a tough
defeat
one
a
to pick
bird.
there.
Oh
Yeah, they
yeah,
are-
that's right.
But
yeah.
they are, and I mean, they are. We're not going to go there, but
Yeah, let's not go there. We're gonna get canceled.
let's not go there. But we all know who would win that game. We couldn't even pick it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well. So, what's we got going on for you alls tonight? Here, and even though it's Superman month, I've just even when we're not doing Superman topics, it's Superman month. But we have our wonderful first officer Raquel has some movies for us tonight.
I do.
Mark probably has some enabling. I don't know.
Some stuff. Yep. And everyone, I
probably
got
have some
some
Superman
complaints
stuff to
about
talk
my
about.
last video or encouragement
You
because I
did?
cost people money, so which is good. That's
What
how
happened?
you look at it.
What happened?
And my friends are like, "Damn it! Now I had to go to Hobby Lobby and buy stuff."
Oh, the Hobby
I'm like,
Lobby video, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not responsible for your credit card. Yeah.
Well, everybody, look what Mark did though. He sent me a nice gift in the mail.
He did.
Late Christmas gift. Yep.
Oh man, look at that.
Enjoy that. Yep.
I should have took a picture of the other side where you could see him, but that's cool. You see that.
We got to get him a
Well-
little S.
Well,
Little
here
S sticker.
I'll
I forgot to take a picture of both sides. Oh well.
here
That's
because I
nice.
got the same.
Maybe
I've
want
had
to
the
drink
same
coffee.
one for years.
Oh
So,
yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yay.
Well, thank you.
so
You were
that
too
and
kind.
cheers. So if you're on Clobbering Times, you have to have a Clobbering Times mug. So next person will get Raquel. I got to get Raquel one. I guess. Yeah.
You were too kind. Oh, wait a minute. I need to ask J-Man something. J-Man, what won the poll? I didn't get this chance to sing around to see it. He did. He did the blasphemy of comparing Captain America, First Avenger, to Captain America, Winter Soldier. Probably should be illegal to do that, but he did it anyway because Winter Soldier is better. But I love First
Winter
Avenger.
Soldier won, I bet.
Yeah, it's tough to pick. I love them both so much. So you got to be ashamed of yourself, J-Man. But
Well, you didn't put it against Highlander 2.
But let us know what won. No, yeah, well, wow. Got to lay it on the poor old J-Man with the Highlander too.
Shin kicks.
Soldier won, but everyone agreed that both were very great. I'm with you there, my brother. I love them both dearly.
Up,
I wish
Jamie's
I
up to
really
9.
wish I could have been there, but then again, if I had been there, I would have had to pick, and it would have hurt too much.
Herc's bringing it up again. You're doing it
Nine-
again. Now
$9.94.
I'm gonna have
J-Man's-
Hooby Looby. Wahoo,
Hooby-dooby.
wahoo.
Lights out. It's less dangerous here. We are now entertainer. Oh, we are now entertainers. Oh, lights out. What's that? We are now Oh, here we are now. Are you singing like Kurt Cobain or something? She said, "Here we are now, entertain us." So I thought, no.
Yes,
yeah.
That's Nirvana.
Smells like Nirvana.
Smells like somebody needs a shower.
Yeah, but
Smells like somebody needs rehab.
the best thing about Nirvana was the Al Yankovic parody. Sorry, I love it.
Yeah.
Smells like I know it's Teen Spirit, but the Yankovic version was called "Smells Like Nirvana." It smells like Nirvana, and it was all about how no one could understand the lyrics of the song. You ever heard that? Oh, it's great. His version.
Weird Al's brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, so.
I was just gonna say J-Man's up to 9.94.
Oh, dude, 6 away, man. We're gonna get there.
6
I'm
away.
gonna go put
Do
it
the
all
hump.
over Twitter later.
Do the hump.
If
Yeah.
I put it on Twitter, maybe we can get a few people to jump on it. Yeah. Get you to that 1K, buddy. We're gonna do it. All right, so let's see here. How about we start with movies? Because no one wants to hear me or Mark talk. They want to hear Raquel talk. I mean, let's just be
Yeah.
honest.
I
all these
highly
new
doubt
movies.
it.
No,
I
you
don't
can
even
doubt
know
it.
why you guys put up with me. I'm
Doubt
just
it all
happy
you
that
want.
you invite me here.
You just go on downing it. Nobody else here does.
I love
God.
you so much.
Quantumania is $20.30 to see the movie in my area.
What? Not here.
Just look at the tickets. Yeah,
It's
20
$10 here.
smackrels. My God.
Like $10 to walk up and watch that puppy, and nobody else is going to be in the theater. I've been checking the seats because I don't want to order. I don't want to pre-order and pay an extra $1 and $2. So I just want to walk up to the damn thing and plunk, just go sit through it and laugh at it because I got a buddy of mine going. Maybe there'll be some kind of cool popcorn thingy or something. I don't know.
Oh, they're selling a Puss in Boots Last Wish combo.
That's not how you say it.
Puss in Boots. Why would I want to see that?
Puss in
That's
Boots.
not how you pronounce it. Pronounce it correctly. It's
Correctly.
Puss in Boots.
Why would I wait? Why what's that got to do with Quantumania?
Well, there's as I'm checking out, they're trying to upsell me, so they're trying to say, "Do you want to buy?" Oh, there's a Dungeons and Dragons combo, $35.
Good point, Michael Bacon.
They
What's
got
all
to
that
make
got
all
to
the. Well, they're trying to when you sell your ticket when you buy your tickets online, then they're
Oh.
trying
They're
to
trying
say,
to
"Do you want to buy
upsell
like
him as he's
the
shopping Clobby.
collectibles?"
But they're not doing an
Yeah.
Ant-Man one?
I don't see an Ant-Man one though. There's nothing
They did one
available.
for Doctor Strange. That was the last. Thor: Love and Blunder was the last time they did it. I paid too much for that stupid. I don't know. It looks cool. I can't help it, but I got that popcorn thingy of that one, and it's way better than the garbage movie. So I don't know. Okay, dokie. Well, anyway, number one. What do we have this?
Well, before we get started, I just want to say to Stuart Mitchell that I love you too, Stuart Mitchell. And I just want to give a shout out to the folks who are supporting my book. I just want to give a shout out to my Patreon people. That's Larry, and Tony Stark. Both of them have fully backed my book. Just two really amazing people. You want to know who else is totally amazing? People who are coming in every month giving me money so that I'm able to write. So they're coming together and they're making it so that I can write this next book. And that is Cardinal Sin, Shooter, Pew Pew Pew, Chris Persia, Scuba Pete, Eric K. And Michael and Cassandra Beacom have become fans and they're helping. And so is Mark D with a C. And I just want to say thank you to one and all. Science fiction is in serious trouble. And the fact that you are backing my work and helping to keep science fiction alive means a lot to me. And I just love you guys a lot. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, so what you got?
Thank you very much.
You got some movies going for us.
I do have some movies.
And by the way, I echo that. Thank you all very much, by the way.
Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you. I'm actually pretty frightened. Like the more articles that I'm reading and the more statistics I'm reading, the more I'm realizing that the audience is really bad. Like I think it's down to like, I don't even want to mention how many books get sold inside that are pure science fiction. It's scary. Wow. They're even talking about now about how major bookstores are sort of fudging the numbers and making it seem as though fantasy is science fiction, just to sort of keep science fiction alive. It's gotten that bad. So anyway, let's talk about happy things. Guess what I did?
Whoa. Look at you. Is there chili in that thing?
No.
You did win.
I did win.
Oh
Nice.
My goodness.
Congratulations. But why is there no chili in the cup?
Look at the chili champion. There should be chili in there.
So I don't know how long this has been going on. I think it's like, I don't know. It's like, this is like a more than 10 years, this competition. It might be close to 20. I don't know, but I won it.
Have you won before?
No, I've never entered. And
Look at
I've
the
never
chili cook-off champion.
I've never done anything like this before. And I won.
My God. Nice. Oh, right.
Try some now, though.
And I took all of your guys' advice. So then, rather than doing the Texas version,
Ron Thunderheart's expressing concern. Did he lose or something? Did you beat him in the contest or what?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I think he's upset because everyone is streaming tonight. Yes, Rod, remember a couple of years ago when I was telling you that YouTube was going to turn into Facebook? Well, it's coming to pass. Oh, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
I listened to all of you. I included beans, just like you said. I didn't go the Texas route, and everyone loved it, and I'm so happy.
So Texas is no beans?
Texas is no beans. That's right.
No beans, yeah.
See, I've only ever thought you don't do beans when it's for a hot dog. Like I wouldn't want. I like chili in normal, like chili on my hot dog with no beans. But every other way, like it's chili. I just always thought you did beans. Unless you just
it's called chili con carne. So does that mean chili with meat? And the carne is meat. So doesn't that mean like beans and then you add the meat? Or
I don't know.
I've had this debate before. So
I've only
some people are telling me chili always. I thought chili was just beans.
Yeah. It's a pretty
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I will not put in chili as far as beans go is any type of kidney bean. So kidney beans have to be cooked at a very high temperature in order to get rid of their ability to cause extreme gastrointestinal distress. So I don't put
Yeah.
any of those in. I do pinto beans and navy beans and black beans, and I even do chickpeas because I find that garbanzo beans or chickpeas are very buttery. So it tastes like there are little blobs of butter in the chili whenever you bite into one of the chickpeas. So I
Hey,
really
Mrs.
like that.
Badman. Yeah.
And so that's the recipe that I did, which is like a recipe that I think appeals to lots of people. And so no green stuff, no chunky hard things in it, no mushrooms, nothing like that. Just a chili that I
No
knew
fancy
everyone would like.
dancy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
great.
congratulations. Yep.
Yay! Thank you. So
when-
my
when
first
was
food
this?
contest.
When was this? This was this
This
week,
was
right?
today.
Oh, okay.
And so I cooked it late last night, and then I put it into the fridge because, you know, a lot of people cook chili in a slow cooker. And as many of you know, I owned a restaurant and I have level 1 and level 2 health clearance for food safety and supervising people making food. And of course, I express extreme caution not to cook chili in a crock pot. Don't do that. So I cooked it beforehand, put it in the fridge, got it down nice and cold, and then Andrew took the chili to the chili contest, put it inside of the crock pot on high. We brought it up to beyond 78 so that no one would get sick from it, and everybody had a good time. So yeah.
So
Wow.
you didn't defrost your meat on the counter for 3 days either.
Geez, no.
Well, that's what everyone like. I do food safety for the scouts, and like, you know, everyone defrosts their turkey. They put it on the counter for 2. I'm
No.
like, no, you can't defrost your turkey or any meat should always be defrosted in the fridge, or you can actually defrost it in with water in a
Cold water.
you know, cool water in the sink or in a bucket, or to get it
Yep.
done rapidly. One
Yep.
time I had a frozen as an aside. I picked up a pig to do a pig roast, and the butcher froze it. So I was panicking, so we had to defrost it in the cooler with you pouring cold water into
That's
it.
right. That's
And
right.
we got it to defrost finally. It turned out well, but it's like, oh my god, the pig is frozen. It's
Whenever
not supposed
I'm
to be
in
frozen.
whenever I'm in some, like when I'm in a restaurant environment or I'm hosting a dinner party or, you know, like just joining this food contest, I would never, absolutely never, ever use frozen meat. I think the only time I use frozen meat is like maybe on a Wednesday when when I forgot to go to the grocery store. I'm like you, Mark. I really like to just use fresh. So if I have to do like when I did this cook-off, I just went and got the ingredients that day. I wanted them to be fresh.
Yeah,
and,
do it
and
fresh.
yeah, exactly. Right. So
And you won, yeah.
yay!
It's like one of my
Yay.
buddies, at the grill till you watch people, and I'm kind of like you about cooking, and you put all the chicken, he had marinated chicken, and he cooked it, and then he put it back in the marinade. I'm like, Pete, you're not supposed to do that.
No, please
He's
don't
like-
do that.
He's like, my brother-in-law said it's okay.
No,
Like,
it's not.
I'm not
That's
eating any of
salmonella.
that chicken. I'm like, Pete, you're really not supposed to. God bless him. He's a great guy. But so he's like, you're not trying my chicken. I'm like, no, I'm not going to try your chicken tonight.
No, don't
I
eat
mean, what
that.
you can do with the marinade, you can boil it. Like if you've had a really nice marinade, you could simmer and bring it to a boil for 10, 15 minutes. If it's like a flavorful marinade, but you have to bring it to temperature to make it safe.
You have to have a thermometer, and it's got to at least get to 78. You have to
Yeah.
kill it all.
Yeah.
Kill all. Yeah, it's got to get to at least 78, and you just want to kill all of those germs. But yes, cross contamination is very scary, and food safety is important. Botulism, listeriosis, and salmonella can be fatal. So you really got to make sure that when you're serving people food, that you have someone with level 1, level 2, or whatever your local ordinance prescribes, and that you get that done, because you want everyone to have a good time, and you don't
Yeah.
want anyone to get sick.
You don't want anyone to have to remember thereafter what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronnie G is saying he had food poisoning. Yeah. Worst Tuesday ever. Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Yeah,
sorry
not
about
good,
that.
not
Yeah.
good. Oh, Eric, I love you. Thank you, sweetheart. Eric, who's always sending me all of his food pictures. This is a man who has turned a grilling steak into a fine art. But the worst thing is he sends this Irish girl these beautiful baked potatoes with butter and sour cream and stuff on them. Anyway, it's terrible. So let's get off of this topic. But
Yeah,
I
sorry.
did,
Yeah.
I did want everyone to know, because everyone was cheering for me, and Clobby was like, "No, do the beans." And then I just did the butteriest, sexiest beans I could do, so that it would be yummy, and I won.
You won. That's the proof is in the pudding or in the chili, they say.
So now, Clobby has put himself on mute, so I think he might be doing something. So
He's getting some chili.
No, I think he might be grabbing some M&Ms. He'll be right back. But in the meantime, maybe I should introduce my segment and get back to work. Okay, so a little while ago, I was engaging with the guys, and I realized, I should probably catch up on all of these geek movies that they're watching. Like geeks, they know a lot about films, and the films are really important to them. Mark and Clobby have memorized whole films, whole television shows. So I thought, maybe I should catch up. I've been reading all these nerdy books and studying classics and Gilgamesh to the 17th century with comparative literature professors. But I'm really sorely lacking in the sci-fi film department. So
Not anymore.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I'm getting there, aren't I, boss?
Oh, I can see
yes,
from.
let me thank Eric, though. Thank you so much. Proud of you, Raquel, he says, for $5. You're too kind, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you. And by the way, shout out to Zachary is here.
Oh, crap.
And Mrs. Dadman's here, too.
Hey, hello, beautiful.
Hey there, Mrs. Dadman.
Chris Persia says, when is he going to get to have a cook-off with Eric and Raquel? Honey, we got to do it soon. I would love to have a meetup with all of you. I love you guys. I love you all so much. Yeah, we got to do that. We got to do that. Oh, and somebody in the chat, obviously it's Larry. I love you, Larry. Brought up Mark's nasty sea tongue pizza.
Oh, the best ever. It's National Pizza Day today, too.
I heard about that, and I forgot to go get some pizza. I wanted pizza today.
Yeah.
I'll have to get it tomorrow.
A very famous American contemporary composer passed away today, didn't he?
Burt Bacharach.
Oh, Burt Bacharach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great guy. Great, amazing music. I mean, maybe not, my favorite type of music to listen to, but genius. Now that
Yeah.
And absolutely. Some raindrops are falling on my head. There's some melodies that you'll never forget. And I think one of his quotes was, I'd rather write some music that people remember. I'm not ashamed of what I write. Some great from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Yep. Some great stuff.
Pizza with two
grubs. Oh boy. Well, I guess I should start this segment because that's what the boss wants me to do, and we've wasted enough time.
No
chitty chat.
That's not a waste. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can see
Clubhouse. It's the Clubhouse. There's no waste.
One of my favorite all-time movies you watched. Oh, I'm not going to spoiler it, but
don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I would never do that, but I can see from the previews and the StreamYards.
Well, first let's talk about something that I found. Okay, and Mark, I didn't really like what was on offer as far as DuckDuckGo images go. So maybe you could assist me with this, but
sure.
This is what I watched first.
Tales of Tomorrow.
So, funny story. I started watching this, and it felt familiar, and I don't know why, because I don't think this ever played in Canada. So unless we were at some kind of American gig or something when I was young, I don't think that this ever played in Canada. But I'm telling you, I had the strongest deja vu ever watching this. And of course, if you're listening to this as though it's a radio show and you're in your car and you're driving along and you're like, what the heck is she talking about? Just like the boss said, it's Tales of Tomorrow. And it's
1951.
I'm
trying to look for pictures. Yep, it's old.
Yeah, it's 1951 to 1953. And it's an anthology science fiction series.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to look it up. So there was a Tales of Tomorrow movie in 2020. I'm like, that can't be it.
No, that's not it. So the graphic that's on here on the screen is kind of blurry. The dots per inch aren't so great. The resolution's terrible. But it's just, your typical mad scientist sort of fire and electricity, and then Tales of Tomorrow are written in scary sort of almost like a blood or slippery font. Yeah, I'm going to read a little bit about this from Wikipedia, but I was really surprised that the algorithm suggested this to me. And it's really special and dear to my heart because, of course, the fuel behind science fiction, what made science fiction catch on and become so strong, is not just the space race. It's also the fact that we had magazines and we had all of these different publications putting out all of these beautiful anthologies, these episodic um, uh, um, short stories, and these anthologies with these short stories. And this is one of them. And for some very odd reason, this is extraordinarily familiar to me, even though I'm Canadian, and I don't know why. Might have seen it when we were somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to read from Wikipedia. So if you're new to Tales of Tomorrow, you'll have an impression of what I'm talking about. But this is very near and dear to me, folks. Science fiction is in serious trouble in the United States and Canada. It's dying. And so revisiting these wonderful short stories we used to be so enamored with is very important to me. So here we go. Tales of Tomorrow is an American anthology science fiction series that was performed and broadcast live on ABC from 1951 to 1953. The series covered such stories as Frankenstein, starring Lon Chaney Jr., 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, starring Thomas Mitchell as Captain Nemo, and many others. So I'm going to read a little bit about the production because I just watched one episode and I'm going to savor all 85 episodes and I believe I watched this on Tubi. And Larry is saying this is a precursor to the Twilight Zone. Larry, I try not to do any type of research because I want to have an organic engagement with the material with all of you. But I did see a flash of that. I saw that Rod Serling liked Tales of Tomorrow. I saw a little flash.
Oh, he had
of
to
that.
from reading this, yeah.
Yeah. So let's. I'll read a little bit of this production and realize, please, folks, that I haven't pre-read this. Okay. The idea for this science fiction television series was developed by Theodore Sturgeon and Mort Abrahams.
Wow.
And presented under the auspices of the Science Fiction League of America. This entity, not to be confused with the Science Fiction League, may have been a creation of the producers. Robert Heinlein was contacted in 1951 by Sturgeon and Abrahams about their plan to put together a league of SF authors to write television screenplays for a new proposed TV series, Tomorrow Is Yours, the original title of the show. A deal was struck with Richard Gordon and George Foley, giving the producers of the show first choice of any of the 2,000 short stories. Oh, God, 2,000 short stories and 13 novels from various members of the league. Isn't this beautiful? This is the most romantic, beautiful thing in the world. I just love it. Anyway, I have to calm down. Tales of Tomorrow was the first dramatized showcase for several authors, including Arthur C. Clarke. Other early science fiction writers whose work was reflected in the series include Friedrich Brown, The Last Man on Earth and Age of Peril, Philip Wiley, Blunder, C.M. Kornbluth, The Little Black Bag, and Stanley G. Weinbaum, The Miraculous Serum. The show was intended for adults at the time. Most science fiction productions, were targeted toward children. So here we have, isn't this magnificent? This is another Gene Roddenberry moment, right? Science fiction was, people were typically aiming it at children. And here, once again, we have it aimed at adults. Isn't this great? The producers wanted to blend mystery and science fiction and to emphasize fast pacing and suspense. So I watched, just so you know, I'm watching in Tubi, and some of them are blacked out. So I don't have access to them. So the first one that Tubi lists is All the Time in the World. And I think that's number 37 from June 13th, 1952. And I think that's in the first season.
Some of them never made their way to video, unfortunately. I can't believe I've never heard of this series, and I haven't. And I'm just researching, and
I've heard of it,
looks like
but never saw it.
only about 40 of them made it to
Wow.
DVD.
Wow.
Some
Okay.
are in the public domain, but sorry to interrupt you.
No, I need you to interrupt because this is orgasmic for science fiction fans, hard science fiction fans, people who love science fiction, want it to come back to life, want to bring it back to life, and enjoy anthology again. Anthology is difficult to write. Episodic fiction is difficult to write, especially sci-fi, because you have to come up with fresh ideas. This is why corporations are completely in love with this BS idea of the serialization. They only need one idea, and then everything else becomes interpersonal play, crying in hallways. Coming up with a fresh idea every week is difficult. So my first encounter with this, it was All the Time in the World. Now, as far as I could tell, there was nothing on the internet about this story, except for the fact that I believe it was written by Arthur C. Clarke, and it might have been his first published work. But I'm not hard and fast on that. Mark would have to verify that because I think I saw it on IMDb, and IMDb is mostly full of crap. This story was amazing. It's you would think that it's about time travel, but it's not about time travel, and it leaves you brutally upset at the end of it, contemplating what this fellow is going to do. There's no Hollywood ending here. It's all pure science fiction. He is given something that is a purely scientific device. I'm not going to tell you any more about it. He's a criminal. He's not a good guy. Oh, there's a picture from it right there. He's a criminal. He's not a good guy. And we see what he does with this scientific device. And the end will shock you. The end is almost completely divorced from the dilemma he faces, because it forces him into something very, very frightening, very, very just, it was so cool. If you have never heard of Tales of Tomorrow, it is in the public domain. It is my understanding that a lot of it is blacked out, but I do think that you can watch on Tubi 85 of them. This is amazing, and I am so
Was that
excited.
Darren McGavin?
Pardon?
There's a picture, a couple of pictures back. It almost looks like Darren McGavin.
Back to more? Or let's see here.
Yeah. Oh my God, that can't be.
Yeah, Darren McGavin. Yep, Tales of Tomorrow.
Oh my God. Wow, Kolchak.
But
Night Stalker.
that's not from that episode. So you have to go to All the Time in the World.
Yeah, this is one of a great genre, actor from Kolchak. Yeah,
I mean, good Lord, yeah, he was great.
So every week now, I'm going to be going through Tales of Tomorrow until I go through all 85.
Nice.
I
if we
might
have it on Tubi, I'll watch them with you.
Oh, that would be great, Claudia.
I mean, I'll watch them in conjunction with, but I don't know if we have it on Tubi here. I'll check.
Honey, let's do it together. It's absolutely amazing. So it's in the public domain, so you could get it on archive.org. You could get
I posted
it on
the
YouTube.
links.
Yeah. And so while I was researching this, I was thinking to myself, okay, what else is out there as far as anthology goes or episodic stuff goes that fed this voracious appetite adults had for hard science fiction? And I discovered another one, and it's a surprise. I'm going to reveal it when we finish Tales of Tomorrow. But you guys, you would not believe how shocking and I can't give it away. You know how like J-Man and other people who have read my stories have said like, oh my God, I love these stories, but I can't say anything to you about them because I'll just ruin the story. That's exactly what's happening in Tales of Tomorrow. I can't say anything about it. I can only do like a short little hint at what's happening to entice you to watch it. But this is the stuff that we grew up craving. This
Good night,
stuff is like a
J-Man.
drug. Good night.
Good night, Jamie. By the way,
night, J-Man.
update number one, they're on YouTube as well. Thank you. And hello we'll say some hellos there while we're at it. Thank you, Neon Knight, for that. Good to see you. Welcome, sir. Brian Hepburn, Alejandro, Flores Ibarra. Good to see you. And one little treat for you, Raquel, not to derail you too much, but these nice words from Dad Man.
Oh, God. Yay. Oh, that means the world to me because you're a Star Wars person. And I know that you love science fiction. I know you do, Dad Man. So that makes me feel so happy. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. If you purchased it off of Amazon, would you please give the corporations the middle finger for me by going in and giving a good review? If you feel like it, it is the best way to remind them that science fiction isn't dead, that people want short stories again. They want to read science fiction again. Only the public can turn the tide. And thank you. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Dad Man. So so I will if it's on YouTube, I'll try I'll figure out which one you've watched, and I'll try to watch one before next week, or at least before the week after next
Well,
week.
I can just message you, honey. I'll
Just
just
tell me
message
which
you on
episode
the
you watched.
walkie-talkies.
Let's go for it.
So
continue.
yeah. So that's it for this. I can't really talk about it. I want to entice you to watch this. Tales of Tomorrow, All the Time in the World. It starts out with a very futuristic device. And you think that this is going to be about time travel. It's not about time travel at all. And
Paul Newman.
The thing will
Paul
shock
Newman
you.
was on an episode.
And you'll love it.
Wow, Paul Newman.
So all the time in the world, folks. And I'm just going to go ahead and say right now, because this reminds me of Edgar Allan Poe, because this reminds me of all of these short stories that I've studied all of my life from all the different genres, I'm going to go ahead and give All the Time in the World a 9 out of 10. It's so good. So good.
I wonder if this is where Paul Newman met his wife, Joanne Woodward.
It says, how many seasons were there? Do you know? Because it says season 1 on YouTube here.
It says that there are 2 seasons, that there are 85 episodes are available, but they originally, I believe it says here that they wanted to do 2,000 short stories and 13 novels.
According to YouTube, there are at least 43 episodes from first season that are on YouTube. They're 23. They run at 23 minutes plus, depending on, they vary. It looks like. Hell, one of them's like 30 minutes, the other one's like 29 minutes. So. But they're on there, and
could do a watch party too if they're
at least season 1 is. So
yep.
If they're in public domain, you can do a watch party too.
Yep.
Yeah, if they're on YouTube, they're in public domain. So yeah.
Yep, and the 85 have been declared public domain. I looked into it.
And look who else was on the show. Our favorite engineer.
Yeah,
James
Jimmy.
Doohan.
Oh
Jimmy
my God.
Doohan. Yep.
Really?
The next one that I'm watching, I think, has Veronica Lake in it.
Oh my God. Paul Newman, Jimmy Doohan, Bruce Cabot, Lex Barker, Ava Gabar,
Gene Lockhart.
Brian Keith. Yep. Gene Lockhart.
Leslie Nielsen,
Darren
the
McGavin,
Canadian.
Yep. Leslie Nielsen. Yeah. Wow. Man, that's pretty big stuff.
I can't believe
that's from this episode.
Okay, cool.
Never heard of the show. You think I knew something about?
Okay,
I've heard of it, but
it's like drugs, you guys. You guys are gonna go mental for it. It is so beautiful and perfect and cerebral. Basically, this whole episode takes place in one room. It's intense dialogue. It's almost like it's very trippy. I will tell you that All the Time in the World was as intense as those one room scenes in Blake 7. You're talking about extremely cerebral conversations where you're moving dialogue around and the dialogue is playing with your mind. It is so good.
James Dean.
Looks like James Dean. That looks like James Dean, doesn't it?
James
Dean. That him?
Yep.
That is him.
Yeah.
Let me just check the source.
Well, wow. My goodness.
So
can't believe this
according
got
to
made.
the collected stories of author C. Clarke,
Wow.
ISBN 0575070065-X, All the Time in the World was his first showcase.
That's
So
not Marlon Brando.
I don't know if that's his first publication, like his first legit publication,
Paul
but
Newman there.
this is where Arthur C. Clarke cut his teeth, folks. Tales of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's amazing. Yeah.
So
Lon
join
Chaney
me.
played Frankenstein.
Lon Chaney
monster
played
in this.
Frankenstein monster on there. Wow.
Have you seen When Worlds Collide, Raquel? No, I haven't, honey. Stuart
you should
Mitchell,
see that.
is that a part of this series, this Tales of
No,
Tomorrow?
that's a movie. That's a classic science fiction movie right there. When Worlds
Hold
Collide.
on. Okay, sweetheart, hold on, because I'm just getting my list for next week together. Can you hold on, honey?
That's a classic for sure.
Hold on, darling. When Worlds Collide.
You have watched the George Powell's War of the Worlds also. I know you've seen Time Machine, but you've seen War of the Worlds?
Yeah, and it's
The
hard
real
for
one?
me to enjoy them because, the books, and I've reread the books over and over so many times, right? Two of the movies that were suggested to me last week are not available in Canada at all. I have that note in my bedroom because I watch them late at night because nobody else wants to watch this stuff with me. So I forget what the titles were. But everyone, I do check absolutely every single thing you suggest to me. I check, and two of them, you guys, I couldn't buy them if I wanted to.
Yep, it's another George Powell movie.
Oh, it's based on a novel. Ooh,
One
Michael
Step
Beacom
Beyond.
knows what that means. I'm gonna go wild for it. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah. One Step Beyond was pretty good too. That was a pretty good show.
Yep. Okay.
There you go.
So
great stuff. Great
that
find.
is my
So who suggested
recommendation.
that? Who you found that, or who suggested
Yes,
that?
just me.
Now,
Just
the
little
next thing
me.
you know,
Just
you're gonna discover an old show called Science Fiction Theater.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
No, I'm just a little old Canadian who grew up
Okay.
very, very
It's from the
poor.
50s also, and
Lovely.
Science Fiction Theater. It's even referenced in Back to the Future, by the way.
Oh, lovely. Okay, well, I'll get into that, but let's do
Cool.
this together,
Sure.
folks. So, Tales of Tomorrow is my recommendation from this week. I hope you fall in love with it as much as I do. I know many of you are among the dwindling audience of science fiction. You are unwilling to let science fiction go, and simply watching fantasy isn't a replacement for you. So, this is one of my recommendations this week, and I hope you all enjoy it. I love you all very much, and I want to give you as much science fiction as I possibly can. So, Tales of Tomorrow is my first offering this week.
And then just to add, there's
You
a
like Science Fiction Theater? Good.
Thanks. Yeah, there's a radio series too. So I watch sometimes on YouTube really, really late. There's like a couple of channels that play like old timey radio shows, and one of them I got a big kick because they had an old advertisement for Kraft Dinner in Canada. I was like, oh, I got to clip this for Raquel, but it was all about Kraft Dinner in the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess some of the radio shows it's fun to listen to some of these old radio shows too. You really use your imagination there. So I guess out of 85, they said 40 have been on DVD sets. So I don't know if hopefully all 85 have made it their way to video, but maybe someone in the chat knows. But that was a great find. Thank you for that, Raquel.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome. And Dad Man, you have no idea how your comments are touching my heart and how incredible it is to me that you finally got to enjoy science fiction and that you enjoyed my science fiction. And I love you so much. I work so hard to entertain you all and to bring you the best stories I could possibly write. So I'm getting a little emotional. I love you guys very much. I'm continuing to work really hard. I've already released the rough draft to my Patreon people, Sirens. That's story 1. That's my January offering. I'm 2,300 words into my second offering called Happily Ever After. And I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get one out a month. And you guys know that I'm going to put my back into it and get it done.
Nice. WTIX 690. I remember them very well, Neon Night. So good.
So next one here. I'll just bring this up. Okay. Are you ready, everyone?
Redry.
Okay.
Well, all-time classic. Oh, I love
So-
the movie.
Oh, I've seen this forever. My God, I want to watch this.
If you are joining us, as though this is a old-time radio hour, let me describe this beautiful lobby poster. I'm pretty sure this is a lobby poster. Geeks?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, movie posters were a little bit different back then, so it could have been a bigger one. But see, I think this was probably a one sheet, just a different shot, because if you can see the folds,
Okay.
that's what they usually do that with one sheet. So this is probably not even a lobby card, because it's probably lobby cards made of more of a card stock.
Mhm.
This was probably a paper poster.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
total
well,
guessing
It's-
game.
it's absolutely beautiful. And
Yeah.
let me describe it for those who are in their cars or those who are lying in bed trying to, take a sip of tea and go to sleep. It says Robinson Crusoe on Mars, Technicolor, and it has a beautiful scarlet background and these jutting, violent rocks, and a beautiful little tiny monkey on the back of a man holding a bizarre futuristic weapon, and he's fully dressed as an astronaut, and he is carrying and he's disheveled. His astronaut outfit is torn, and he is carrying a man who is in shackles. He's in chains, and he is wearing very primitive clothing. And in the sky, there are these flying saucers, and they're shooting down their ray gun, their whatever weapon we want to call it, but they're shooting it towards the surface of Mars. And then we have this satellite, and this is not an extraterrestrial satellite. We know that this is a native satellite. This belongs to Earth. And so that is the visual. I'm going to read a little bit about this beautiful movie that was recommended to me by Clobby last week on the Clubhouse. He mentioned this one, and I wrote it down with two others that were mentioned by folks who were in the Clubhouse that night. Unfortunately, the other two movies that were suggested to me are not available in Canada. Robinson Crusoe on Mars is also not available in Canada. I had to buy it through the United States and through Amazon.com, and then bring it to my house. And I think it's cost quite a bit to do that. I think it was $14.19, but it was worth every penny. Let me tell you about Robinson Crusoe on Mars.
You found it? You said you bought a physical copy?
No, I had to buy it through Amazon.
Okay, gotcha.
Through my Fire TV.
Gotcha.
Okay, folks. Oh wow, I don't even know where to begin. So I'm just going to read from Wikipedia. You ready? Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Robinson Crusoe on Mars is a 1964 American science fiction film. And oh my God, you guys, it's hard science fiction. It's effing glorious. It gives me goosebumps. Anyway, directed by Byron Haskin and produced by Aubrey Schneck. That stars Paul Manty, Victor London, and Adam West. It is a science fiction retelling of the classic 1719 novel Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. The film was distributed by Paramount Pictures and filmed in Technicolor and Techniscope. And now I'll read a little bit of the plot. Commander Christopher Kit Draper, USN, and Colonel Dan McReady, USAF, reach the Red Planet in their spaceship, Mars Gravity Probe 1. They are forced to use their remaining fuel in order to avoid an imminent collision with a large orbiting meteoroid. They descend in their one-man lifeboat pods, becoming the first humans on Mars. Draper eventually finds a cave for shelter. He figures out how to maintain the rest of what he needs to survive. He burns a coal-like rock for warmth and discovers that heating them releases oxygen. This allows him to refill his air tanks with a hand pump and to move around in the thin Martian atmosphere. On one of his excursions, he finds McReady's crushed pod and corpse. He also finds their monkey Mona alive. Later, he notices that Mona keeps disappearing and is uninterested in their dwindling supply of food and water. And I'm not going to read a single word more about this because I don't want to ruin it. I already feel like I ruined it by revealing what happens to
It's just the premise. You're good.
Dan McReady. Okay, folks.
Ah, that's okay. Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Before the boss takes over and Mark takes over, because the captain and the chief know this movie very well. This movie was entirely new to me. It's not available in Canada. As I said, I had to purchase it through the United States. I just want to say that this might actually be one of the best science fiction films I've ever watched in my life. I was blown away by the beautiful images and the way that the film was produced. But something else is going on with this movie that you need to know that is actually kind of scary. Okay, so you guys all know that, I have this reputation for being a Vulcan by people who don't know me. I almost cried 3 times in this film. Almost 3 times I almost cried. Wow. Because I could not believe how beautiful humanity was portrayed in this film. It completely freaked me out. So this is Kit Draper. This is the character here. At one point, he realizes that he's going to die. And you 100% think he's going to die. For sure, you think he is. You're wondering what's going to happen afterwards. Is he going to reanimate? Is something crazy going to happen to him? But you 100% believe, like in Mirror Mirror, when you think they're stuck in the evil place, in the evil parallel universe, you 100% believe Kit's going to die. And he offers his food and his oxygen to his monkey. And I can't even talk about it, because the speech he gives to the monkey when he's giving the monkey the food and the oxygen will crush your soul. It is such a great example of why human beings are beautiful. And it is so inspiring that I can't even talk about it because it'll make me emotional, and I'm not going to get emotional. However, that was one time. So something else happens in the movie that I can't talk about because I don't want to spoil it for you. But this is one of those amazing visuals that is on the screen right now. If you're joining us as a radio show, I want you to know that the visual that is on screen right now looks like it's CGI. It looks like some sort of screen cap from a modern movie. It's an astronaut standing on a precipice. He has full gear on, and there is ignited elements coming up from the canyon, and in the distance, barren mountains. And there's a cloud of dust. Just absolutely beautiful visuals. But there are 3 times in this film where you feel such a surging hope for the goodness in human beings, the goodness in mankind, the goodness in humanity, that it will overwhelm you. This movie is cerebral. It is touching. It is hard science fiction. It is filled with so much hope and beauty that it cannot be missed by any person who considers themselves a science fiction fan, whether nerd or geek. Now, statistically, we know that people don't actually read science fiction. They like to see science fiction on film, on TV. They like it in celluloid. I'm telling you, this movie rivals any science fiction book that I have ever read. It is that good. And wow, it is soul cleansing. I will tell you that. And that, other than me saying that this is a 10 out of 10, is all I have to say about Robinson Crusoe on Mars. And I'm going to put it over to the captain and to our marvelous chief engineer to hash out everything that I don't know, everything that I have missed about this marvelous film.
Well, this movie was made the year I was born. or came out the year I was born. It's just really great. It's been it keeps a broken record. It's been a long time since I've watched it, of course, but it's always been such, not only by me but by so many people, well regarded as one of the really science fiction treasures of film. Like, in other words, when people talk about, when I was growing up, when I was in my teens or whatever, and you would read about the classic science fiction films, it was always a very short list you would hear about. Let's say, like, if we're sitting around in 1980, people would say, "Well, Star Wars was great," and things like that, and Star Trek, of course, motion picture and stuff. But when you talked about science fiction movies, you talked about the greats like Planet of the Apes. You talked about the greats like Forbidden Planet, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and you usually got to 2001 exactly. You get to a fairly short list, and then somebody who's a canning or a well-versed science fiction fan, well, I tell you a really underrated one. They'll always, someone would come in with, Robinson Crusoe on Mars, and someone go, "What? That sounds silly." It's not. It's truly underrated and not given the respect it deserves, but it deserves to be mentioned with those other films, and not just because that's the great Adam West right before he signed on as Batman. It just, it's just an intelligent, mature film that, like I say, it always comes up like a footnote, and they go, "Oh yeah, that's underrated. That movie was really good." So in other words, I don't know, the title must put people off. I don't understand what it was. There's some films that people will quibble with the title or say it makes it sound like something that it isn't or whatever. I don't know if that's it or not. I don't know if that's anything to do with any kind of a stigma. But anybody you talk to who saw this film have nothing but the utmost respect for it. And it is just, now you, again, like always, when you're doing this, you're making me want to go back and watch this one. And I will, if I can find
Clobby, this was the first science fiction film that I have ever seen other than Forbidden Planet and other than Star Trek that I would not only repetitively watch, but that I instantly memorized everything that was happening. So
wow.
I don't have the same mind as a geek. I don't like instantly gravitate towards dialogue or remembering what happened or things like that. I go along for the story and then I let it go. Where I really intensely and intently and show a lot of discipline is when I'm reading. I read very deeply and I worry about things like accumulative connotation and diction and things like that. I don't experience that intensity when I'm watching things on TV or on film. I don't. But this did it to me. This one is actually one that stuck with me so much. I could tell you everything that happened. I only saw it one time. I didn't look down at my phone, not a single time. I had to get up to go and get something to drink. I pressed pause. I actually rewound it so that I could re-experience the few seconds before the next seconds. This film is so beautiful and so perfect. I had one of yours and Mark's geek moments where I was like, this film needs to be memorized. This film needs to be remembered.
That's extraordinary. Hey, Makini Draws, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Always great to see you. Great artist, everyone. If you've not seen this channel or subscribed, please do. Makini Draws. That's the channel's name. A great comic book artist. Good to see you, my friend. I thought you might like it. I did not suspect how much. I just thought, I wasn't even sure not so much. I thought you might like it, but my point was it was something I think it was a need see. In other words, I think this is something that it's a good chance you'll like it, but either way, you should definitely take a look at it. I had no idea that you would respond this well to it, but hey, that's fantastic. I'm glad you loved it.
I had my first geek moment with this. Well, not my first, because I love Forbidden Planet, and of course, you absolutely know that I'm completely in love with Star Trek. But this movie is the kind of movie that like, if you ask me what happened in the movie, I don't go, it was this, and I'm not sure I remember. For this one, I'm like, I got it for you right now. Every single moment. Like this is cherry science fiction, and I love that it's Robinson Crusoe, and the fact that people don't get why it's named that, and the opportunity is lost on them is a crying shame. It's a tragedy, because this is just glorious. This is glorious.
Nice. know Mark's a
And
big fan
Friday,
too.
oh, I love this. And I think me and you had mentioned this to Raquel a few times to watch this
We talked about it
movie.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love this movie. And of course, Friday, Victor London. There's some trivia on him too, which everyone here should recognize him for a certain TV series that we might like a slight bit.
Well, if you go back to there, Mark, the image that you showed, that's another one of those times when I was like, when I almost cried because of that
Oh, was
moment.
it? Yeah,
That's
and
super intense, man. Like this takes you right back to what was happening when we were very first discovering the world, and people died. There was no coming back, and you were alone.
yep. And no,
Crazy.
he was an Errand of Mercy as a Klingon.
That's right.
Oh my
That's right.
goodness.
Kirk strangled him.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
Remember that blooper of
I'll
Shatner
go back there.
holding him by his neck? He goes,
Get out of town. That's great.
Shatner said, if you don't tell me what I know, I'll kiss you. That was the blooper. That is that guy who's played a Klingon.
I love
Tall,
all the
skinny
comments in
Klingon.
the chat. Everyone, we have the smartest audience in the world. I love them.
So I think Mike is right. I think the title turns people off sometimes unfairly. Maybe it was like Planet. What was the other vampire movie or
Like
some
Buffy
of
the
these
Vampire Slayer or
yeah,
Planet of the Vampires or I
yeah,
Married
bad,
a Monster from Outer
Planet
Space.
of Vampires that had no
Yeah.
vampires.
Right.
no vampires,
Exactly.
right?
I Married
Yeah.
a Monster from Outer Space, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that one. That's the dumbest title ever.
Ever, right? So I think
Right.
the title hurts it.
I got you.
But
I got you, Mark.
I remember just watching this after school, probably on a Saturday afternoon, just flipping through the TV channels, and of course, the monkey gets you as a kid too. The monkey is so damn cute, right? So that's like your kind of
Hey,
point of
Apollo.
view, I guess.
Hey,
So it's,
and
Barney's
pepperoni.
Minion and the pepperoni.
Hey, pepperoni and Polly's Minion. Yeah, so it's Barney the woolly monkey as Mona. So, but as a
Yeah.
kid, that kind of sucked you in. But you can watch this on different levels too. You've got the as a younger person watching, it's more the adventure. You're on Mars, but it's also got a deeper level where it tackles
yes.
slavery and exploitation, and
Yes.
and then the whole survival part of it too. As a kid, you get that too, but the guy's stuck here. It's not giving anything away. It's obviously, Robinson Crusoe on Mars.
Yeah,
In
don't
his
wreck it
photos,
because
you can-
Jill hasn't seen
You're not
it.
wrecking it. Yeah, not wrecking it, but he's stranded
talking
on
about
Mars.
premise,
Yeah. Yeah, but that part can be scary in the wolf for survival, and he's got to science the shit out of everything. Oh
And
wait,
he
where have I heard
does
that before?
science.
Yeah. So that's what's fun too in this movie. So just all the gadgets and the survival mechanism, and of course this is not quote exactly realistic to what we know Mars is now, but picture it as being a different planet, or doesn't really matter. It's still, he's got to survive, and nothing is easy here. He's
Yeah,
got
but
to worry
Mark,
about
it does
oxygen
the
and
same
food.
thing Star Trek used to do, because the first thing I did was I went and looked up the 4 or 5 leading conceptualizations of oxygenating Mars's atmosphere. So we're at 21% and Mars is at 0.1, I believe.
Yeah.
And so they're talking about brine, they're talking about all sorts of things. So it causes the mechanism. So I love that you said that, because our conceptualization, our knowledge is different. Is different now than it was then, right?
Yeah, they
But
thought maybe
it
there could have
still
been life there.
works.
Yeah, and there's still talk of terraforming Mars someday too, and maybe
Mhm.
bringing the oxygen, oxygenating Mars, and who knows in 100 years or 200 years, with the technology and lack of resources. And I mean, that asteroid that just passed nearby Earth that they were sending a satellite to, or to investigate, they said it had I think it was 70,000 times the value of the GDP of all the economies on Earth. Just in terms of the material, the valuable minerals and iron and or rare minerals on there. So could you imagine, if you're able to bring one of those meteors back someday, like the mining. So yeah, but what they do in this movie is they set up the world, and they're consistent with what's happening on this planet.
Mhm.
So there's no over the top, unrealistic tech, or
That is right.
and it all fits in that, you know, an alien species, you know, would be you know, that they're trying to exploit the planet or use the planet for, you know,
That's
for
exactly what they've
valuable
done.
minerals. So
And brought people there to do it for them. Yeah.
yeah, so here's some of the high tech gear. And back then, you know, as a kid watching this in the 70s, there's a scene where he's using it like a video. And this is not spoiler, just the tech of the. He's showing like how he films, like he can film things and not get caught. And it was really high tech. And he's setting up all kinds of rigs and traps and things. So it was really.
Well, for me, it was also that compression chamber. So he
for
created
the oxygen.
That's right. And he created that compression unit for collection, and I was like, oh god. And then the sand timer.
I think that's a timer there, isn't it? This thing, or no?
Yeah, that's the timer right there.
The
But
timer, right? Yep.
most of it's lost in the crop. But yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and it should be proud. It should be proud. See, the problem is that when people think of Robinson Crusoe, they're not thinking of like the 1700s and
Yeah.
a cool book. What they're thinking of is like some sort of Disney schlock, right? And so it demeans this 1964 movie. But people just got.
And poor Disney, they lost all those billions. But anyway.
Yeah.
But they're also just thinking about any that becomes sort of a standard for a stand-in for being marooned on an island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You exactly.
Robinson Crusoe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the title does hurt it later. Maybe not as much back then, obviously, but
well, because back then people actually read the novel from the 1700s, and then
they knew about the book. The reference made sense.
Yeah, the reference made sense, but then when it became that sort of stank that Disney puts on things, people sort of thought that it was, for children, or that it was, anyway.
Well, no picking on the Swiss Family Robinson, but
well, you see what I'm saying? So
or the Space Family Robinson.
Yeah. So, anyways, it is. You have to watch this. It's a 10 out of 10.
The sets are awesome, and just like how he's creating, like he's got a loom up here to create fabric, and there's just a lot.
Don't give it all away.
Well, you can see it's in the picture.
So much science, though. The science.
No, but there's a lot of this. Yeah, that's what sets it apart. It's not just a pew pew shooter. As much as I like those sometimes too, but. But this guy too looks a lot like the dad from Family Ties. Anyone else think that too?
Michael Gross.
Oh my!
He looks like Michael Gross a little bit.
Yeah,
from Tremors. Yeah, Family Ties. Yeah. There's a lot.
I wish we didn't talk about Friday, but can we just talk about how incredible Friday is, and how these two men become best friends, and they just save each other's lives over and over and over again. Yep. I'll save your life. I'll save your life. I'll save your life. I'll save your life. Like,
hey, Michael Carney.
They're beautiful.
Hey,
what a beautiful friendship. Michael, thank you for staying up with us, sweetheart.
And Pleasant Valley Picker. Hey there. What's up? Yeah,
see,
Michael Beacom. Again, there's another thing, Michael Beacom. You have the Space Family Robinson, which of course which was a comic, and there was Lost in Space, which they are the Robinsons. That just became like a stand-in phrase for being. Hey, Christopher Dominguez, good to see you there.
Hello, Christopher Dominguez. And may I please ask what year Gilligan's Island came out?
Was that early 60s?
Yeah. And
maybe 63-ish, 4, somewhere up in there. Not exactly 100% sure. But
yeah,
I think it was 3 seasons, first in black and white, then 2 more in color. But I could.
Yeah, I remember watching it.
I think it was only 3 seasons.
Hey, look at here, Retro Nerd Girl. Good to see you.
Retro Nerd Girl. Hey,
had a great time hanging out. Yeah, we had a great time hanging out.
It was fun. Yeah,
Retro, and
thank you for being there. Yep.
Absolutely. And Mrs. Dadman says she's on a quest to find as many tales as tomorrow that she can.
Good.
Like there's a bunch of them on YouTube.
Let us know.
And I got more stories coming for you, Mrs. Dadman Walking. I am publishing more stories. More stories are coming. More stories are coming, I promise. Hey guys, you guys just said something that I was trying to find the reason. Well, we have that whole Gilligan's Island theme, and it came out the same year.
There you go, 64. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
64. Okay. Yep.
Thank you, Michael.
And it says this film is scientifically authentic.
It
It's
is.
only one step ahead of it is only one step ahead of present reality. And I was watching the trailer, you know, in the background. I wish we could show trailers. I can't do it, but you know, it's just be fun to be able to just watch that. But this movie is actually on. I found it on Motion Daily. Actually, I'm not going to post the
Is there
link because I don't
DVD
know.
or Blu-ray?
There's a Criterion Collection, and thank you for everyone mentioning that
Oh.
in the chat. So there's a Criterion Collection, which is always the best Criterion, and this is the sheet from it. So that came out in 2011, and someone in the chat was that Michael Beacom was cross fingers for the 4K edition, which I'd love to get too. This is one of my all-time favorite movies, and just whenever I was used to scroll through on TV, you know, oh, it's on or catch it. But I don't have this Criterion Collection, but maybe I'll add that to the buy list. But hopefully they'll do a 4K of this someday, because especially with the vignettes and the scenery and how what a great job they did with all the practical effects, and you really
The
think you're on
lake.
Mars.
The
Yeah, you think
lake.
you're on Mars. Yeah,
Oh, the lake.
yeah.
Love that scene.
Oh, and director approved Blu-ray special edition features. Yes, they restored it. They always do a great job transferring it. Audio commentary by the screenwriter Paul Manti and Victor London, the two main cast members. So that's awesome to listen to. So if you really like this movie, Raquel, I don't know if you can get this up in the Mars of Canada where you are, where it's tough to get things. But I love watching the director's commentary, and that's what makes physical media so great, because most of these, I don't know, streaming, do they ever have the director's commentary? Or I don't think they ever do, right?
I don't think so.
Well, they had for this one, they had like SD, and then they had HD, and the I think was like $3.99, and the HD was $4.99. You get it for 48 hours, but then they charged me $10, some sort of weird $10 fee that I have to investigate. So I got the SD. I didn't get the HD. Because, you know, like I want to watch as many science fiction films as I can, but it gets expensive, because if I'm watching 3 or 4 a week, that's a habit. That's not a treat. It's a habit, right?
Yeah.
So
And Michael says the Criterion disc is worth it. Yeah, so I'm gonna check
Nice.
that out, and it is for free on Daily Motion, but I don't know if that's legal or not legal or what. But yeah, but I love
This might
like
even
all
be
these
on YouTube.
audio commentaries, and you know, interview with director Brian Haskin, audio interview, and space historian. So that's what I love when you really love a movie and you do a deep dive into it with all the special features. And of course, those are, you know, unfortunately kind of going away these days, you know, as physical media slowly dies. And don't shoot me, but someday it's gonna die out, unfortunately. I think, you know, maybe not hopefully not in my lifetime, but I think eventually they're just gonna say we're not gonna let you buy physical media, because we're gonna make you rent it, and then someday, you know, when you pass away, then you don't own anything anymore. That's what's happening with software and tractors, and
But just
you know, right
remember,
to
when you're
repair.
collecting all this physical media, one thing that's very important too, though, that I have to tell you as a comm tech scholar is don't just focus on your physical media. One way that they do these iterations of technology, and they diffuse technology in society, and they force obsolescence, is through the players. So, you know, it's not like you can just, you know, throw a stick and find a VCR and things like that. So don't forget, when you're collecting your physical media, might be a good idea to make sure that you pick up a player for those, an extra player. You know, the DVD players and things like that, they're, you know, they can be as low as $69 or $79 brand new. And grab an extra one and don't open it, because you know that they're pretty cheap. They're pretty cheaply made, and they don't last forever. So when you're thinking about physical media, as a scholar, I have to tell you to also think about forced obsolescence, and that's really how they will get you. They will get you when you no longer have a player.
Yeah, then you're stuck. Yeah, so they do have the Criterion Collection DVD, 26 mackerels, it looks like. But I thought that was a Blu-ray DVD. You know, that's what you always got to watch when you buy. I thought it was a Blu-ray. Yeah, the Blu-ray. Okay, Criterion Collection Blu-ray is $22. The DVD is $4 more. Wow. Okay, add to cart. Michael Beacom, you enabled me. Yep.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but this movie is like, this movie made me come closer to you guys as geeks. Like, I actually understand you better now, because usually I'm like, I'm only passionate about celluloid things that Gene Roddenberry is affiliated with, and his hope and his passion and his idealism and his faith in humanity, his faith in mankind. It is infectious, and it is so beautiful to me that I want it around me all the time. And I haven't had an encounter like that until, well, with the exception of Forbidden Planet, like I had with us. This is something else. This is fabulous. Everyone needs to have it.
Nice.
And the acting is great too.
The acting is amazing. The acting is absolutely incredible. Like I said, like I'm not a weepy kind of person, but when you are struck by somebody being superhuman when they should be behaving in a very selfish way, when there is an existential threat, when your choices are life or death, and you choose compassion, even if it's for a lower life form, not even another human being. So you prove your manhood by your strength of conviction, by your character in moments when no one is watching, and it's a lower life form where you could easily sacrifice that life form and no one would even question you, and yet you still choose to do the right thing. It is an incredibly important thing. It's an important lesson that we don't see in our modern media, and we don't see this in our modern stories. And it is something that is precious and beautiful and speaks to the very essence of what makes a human being a human being. And that's why this film is important. This film is very, very important. This is not a little kids Disney show that's crap. This is something entirely different. You need to sit down in front of it, put your phone down, grab a glass of port or a hot chocolate, and engage with this material, because this material is cherry, and it will restore all that hope. It will cleanse your soul. It will give you back those feelings you had before the big mess happened, the big filth extravaganza. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, I was talking about
indeed,
my Star Wars trailer came on because I have in my Plex, where you watch Plex, it'll play a trailer first.
Right.
And I love trailers, other than the ones that give to. And the Star Force Awakens came out, and I was just, oh, what a lot. And the trailer actually looks pretty good, you have to say, with the setup, and you're looking at how much was lost and how much. I thought the trailer looked pretty good. But that very first trailer, and then you think you're getting, then you're going to get Luke, Leia, and Han all together, and I just walked out of the room in disgust. I'm like, what a disaster that turned out to be. And my daughter and her boyfriend are it's like, yeah, what a disaster that Disney trilogy turned out to be. So so much potential, and it's just, in this movie is just such a beautiful movie. It's just and there's a lot of heart to it. That's like it tugs at your heartstrings, right, Raquel, with the relationship between Friday and then Mona,
and not in a dirty way, not in a dirty, contrived, tropey way. There's no sickly, grody rom-com crap in this, or something that just makes you go, oh, he's noble. It's none of that contrived filth. This is something, or
shipping characters together.
That's right. This really hits you in the humanity and makes you go, yeah, that is what makes us good. And we need to strengthen that muscle in our souls and in our behavior. We need to be exercising that mechanism that is inherent in all of us, and making sure we nurture that and make it stronger and stronger and stronger. And Retro Nerd Girl yelled, "Preach, Raquel." Retro Nerd Girl, that means a lot to me coming from you. I love you, sweetness.
I like that Thank you, Retro Girl. I like that, Hungry Boy. The filth apocalypse.
This is gorgeous. This is
The
a
filth
great.
apocalypse.
This is a great word right here from HB. Love you, HB.
Love it. The filth
Yep.
apocalypse indeed. Sorry, not feeling well, but I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Feel better. Yeah, Michael Beacon was saying he wants to watch it now. Put it on, but Cassandra's probably
this
going
one?
to bed, and I have a 7.1 Atmos surround sound system,
Oh,
and I
gotcha,
use it.
yeah.
Well, I've had my
Yeah.
kids come down and tell me to turn the music down or turn the movie down. Like, whose house is this anyway? You're not allowed to tell me to turn it down. Only grandma and grandpa, when I was living there, could tell me to turn it down. Yeah.
It's so cute.
So you got one more movie for us, don't you?
I do, boss. I'm sorry for taking so
no.
much time with this one,
Believe
but
me,
it's
I know,
just
it's worth it.
You've been great. Everyone loves hearing this. I'm telling you.
very, very special, folks. Very, very special. Okay. My last installment for this evening is all that was left after the Killer Shrews.
Oh boy.
So if you're joining us as a radio program, you're in your car or you're lying in bed with a glass of wine and this is the end of day and you're just settling in, let me tell you about the poster.
Hey, MMM. We'll say
Hey,
hello to
MMM.
real quick. Living in
LMMM.
Mexico as a dream. I mean, even German, you can't speak more out of my heart. Well, MMM, I hope you're doing well tonight. Great to see everyone. Put an MMM in the chat for me if you will.
That's right.
Good
Sending
friend.
you all of our love and support.
Fight through it, buddy.
That's right.
So anyway, I'm sorry. Continue. I know this.
I just want to say real quick too, because we MMM here. He won the giveaway on my channel.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, so I don't know if you contacted me on email. I haven't heard. I need to get your address. So if you could,
Yes.
if you could do that. So I'll put my channel email in the chat just in case.
Yes,
so
please contact us or contact Mark MMM. You win your prize. Get that prize for you, buddy.
Oh, lovely, lovely. That's
cool.
That's terrific.
What was your
And I
one
love
again?
you, Larry, and everyone else who is sending all of this love to one and all through the whole chat. You guys are just the best. Okay. Let me describe this poster for everyone who's listening in as radio. And many folks do. Many people are at work. Some folks work in warehouses. Some folks work in offices and they listen to us in their headphones. Some folks listen to us in the car. Some folks listen to us before they go to bed. So let's take care of them because we love them and we want to create that visual for them. So this is a poster. Doesn't look like a movie poster. I looked at the movie posters and I didn't think they were too good. So I just chose this. It says The Killer Shrews, and it's a very haphazard type of font, and it's written in white. And in the background, we have a very dark room with a dark green floor, and there's a puddle of blood. And then there is a big, disgusting... Oh, 6! Hey, sweetheart.
6, my dear. Love
late.
you. Never too late. We love to see you. So great to see you here, dear. Sorry, number one.
So it has this nasty looking, gnarly looking rat tail. It's not a rat, it's a shrew, but it looks like a rat tail. It's quite nasty, and it's over a pink pump, a stiletto. These are really high shoes, and so artsy. That is the visual.
Very artsy.
Now I'm going to turn to a Wikipedia and I'm going to read a little bit about the Killer Shrews. I have not pre-read this, so bear with me. It might suck. Sorry, folks. The Killer Shrews is a 1959 American independent science fiction film directed by Ray Kellogg and produced by Ken Curtis and Gordon McLendon. The story follows a group of researchers who are trapped in their remote island compound overnight by a hurricane and find themselves under siege by their abnormally large and venomous mutant test subjects. The film stars James Best, Ingrid Goud, Curtis McLendon, Baruch Lumet, and Judge Henry Dupree. Shot outside of Dallas, Texas, it was produced back-to-back with the giant Gila. I want to say Gila. Is it Gila Monster?
Gila Monster. Yeah, Gila or Gila. Yeah.
Now in the public domain, the film has been issued multiple DVD releases and was lampooned in the 4th season of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Okay, so
Yes, they did.
this
Public
is news to
domain.
me because this was actually from, I saw a little blurb of it, and I didn't mean to, but sometimes you just like, I read really fast. So I saw a little blurb that said that this was a very successful film, and that's all I read because I'm trying to not do
Really?
any academic research on these films.
Successful, huh?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, it says here that the budget was only $123,000 and it made over $1 million.
Wow.
So let me show you some of the visuals I have.
Well, this
Oh my
thing.
God. This is so bad.
I know, just
Oh man, the MC3K roasted.
Are they dogs? Or are they
okay. So they're dogs in costumes,
yeah.
and they are these mutant shrews. So this is basically, does everyone here know the story of killer bees?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So everyone knows how killer bees came to be, right? We had
Yeah, it
these
was the
Africanized bees
crossbreeding.
that were very that produced a lot of honey, and they were crossed with a European honeybee because European honeybees are very docile, and so they thought that they could, like, quadruple honey production.
Science, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong, especially when they let the bees out? So anyway, so that's the story of killer bees, and that is the story of the killer shrews. It happens very quickly. You get on the island and the attacks start immediately. And then these cute little dogs are brought out and they're in costumes, and you feel sorry for the dogs. The close-up effects are actually quite good. There are some gnarly sounds that come out of these killer shrews. And you want to suspend belief. You want to think it's good, but the dialogue is insufferable. There's an alcoholic. You can't wait for him to die. You're cheering for him to die. You're like, you're a pacifist and you're a kind person. You're a virtual Mother Teresa, and yet you're lying in bed going, I hope you die. Not somebody who you want to save. No one here is redeemable. Even the skipper is annoying. It's just so stupid. It's just very stupid. Yeah, it sucked. So the killer shrews, I'm going to go ahead and give a 1.5 out of 10. And then I'm going to
For
throw
the
it
dogs, probably, right?
just for the dogs. Who got into those costumes and pretended they were terrible, overgrown shrews. Killer Bee, the new version of Killer Bees. I'm going to turn it over to my captain, mon capitaine. Please tell me, have you seen Killer Shrews? And Mark, you're up next, so get ready. Tell
ready.
me, fellas, tell me about the Killer Shrews.
My only real memory of it is watching it on Mystery Science Theater 3000. And I think they did it way back in the old days of the show. I think it was a Joel episode it's old. So beyond that, I don't think I ever probably watched it the normal, like, it's just a movie anytime, unless it was on way back in the 70s on Shock Theater. But boy, the Misties had some fun with it. So that's all I can tell you. I got nothing for you other than that. And yeah, so. But
so
Michael
like
says,
the houses are made out of adobe, and so the shrews can chew through the walls, so there's really no reprieve. And then they do like the, what is it called again? Is it called pontooning when you turn a canoe upside down to take it out of the forest? It's called pontooning, right?
Well, we call it
What's it called again?
Oh God, I just forgot the name.
What's the name?
Capsizing.
No, we do it in Scouts all the time. You call it.
It's a P word. Come on, I have stream brain.
I don't know.
Not fording.
No.
I can't believe I forgot the word for it.
Oh, come
on.
on.
You call you take the boat of the water and you carry it in between rivers.
You turn it upside down.
Yeah.
What is that? It's
someone on the chat will help us.
What is
portage?
it?
Portaging.
Is it portage?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you sure? Yep. I would need to look it up.
Anyway,
stream brain, and when I have stream brain, like, my vocabulary goes out the window. Anyway, they do that to get out. And you're like, I hope they die. Just let them all
Reportage
talk.
in a canoe. Yeah.
Anyways, so Mark, have you
It's
seen?
been a long time since I think I saw this on MST, but I have to
Yeah, it
ask:
was
were
a
there
Joel
any
episode.
Joel episode?
Mhm.
Were
Yeah.
there any taming of the shrews finally at the end?
I'm thinking, did they get tamed?
No, there's like okay, so there's this underlying
Wait, I'm not getting shin kicks for that bad pun.
no,
Whoa,
because
James Best is in this? Sorry, go ahead.
because unfortunately the people who created this film took themselves way too seriously.
Right.
So they were trying to make a statement about overpopulation and about
Right.
how when you have population explosion and limited resources that everyone just starves to death, which was popular in life science when I was growing up.
Thomas Malthus
In
theories.
oh
yeah.
yeah. So that is the under that's one of the pictures. That is
that.
the undercurrent here. That is the statement that
Hey,
they're
Lemon
trying to
pie.
lemon pie.
At least this movie does have the great James Best in it. Your Wesco Pico trains in it. Wow.
Oh, I was right. It is portage. Good.
It's portage, yeah.
Sometimes, and the worst thing PvP is also languages. Like sometimes I worry about a cumulative connotation, and if I'm mixing up different languages, I'm terrible for that. Anyways, yes, it is portage.
There he is,
Portage.
James Best. Is Ken Curtis
Killer
in that?
shrews.
Wait. Oh my God.
Hold on, honey. I'll tell you who's in it.
Ken Curtis is in this thing?
Hold on, darling.
Festus?
Yes. James Best, Ingrid Goud or Good, Ken Curtis,
Ken Curtis,
Gordon
Jesus
McLendon.
Holy crap, Festus. I'm sorry.
So it's just there you go. There's one of
sorry, go ahead.
no, those I just wanted to say I didn't mean to interrupt, but that's that's one of the times when it looked realistic. Like when they close up on the teeth, gnashing up against things, and all you can see are the teeth, and then they do the gnarly sounds. It does actually kind of give you the creeps, but it's so campy otherwise that you can't give yourself over to it.
James Ken Curtis, Carnation, Matthew. That guy. People don't realize what a great actor Ken Curtis was because they always saw him on Gunsmoke as Festus.
Baruch or Baruch. I'm never quite sure in Dutch.
In the New York area, they say Baruch College. There's a Baruch College, but I don't know.
Yeah, so I just wanted to apologize to anyone who's Dutch.
What do we know, right? Just
right.
Anyone who's going Dutch.
Yeah.
You don't
even want to hear what Icelandic people think about us saying Bifrost when we're talking about the Bifrost.
The Bifrost Bridge.
Yeah, just
completely. Chow, what's up?
We'll blame Stan Lee for that one.
We're just brutalizing all languages, but here, rather than being those weirdos on the internet who try to correct people's pronunciations incorrectly just in ways we know, we're actually cognizant of the fact that there are more than 6,000 languages in the world, and that we're definitely going to screw it up.
Oh, wow, you had a brother and sister, Louis and Louise Caldwell, art designer and set director.
There you go. Wow.
Or they're married, or were they married, Louis and Louise?
I don't know, but that would be weird.
Hey, Boosh McFadden, what's up,
that?
Boosh!
Hey, Boosh.
That's right. James Best was definitely Roscoe Pickle Trade.
I thought I recognized him.
Yeah, that's him. That's Roscoe from Dukes of Hazzard. And then, look at
you don't recognize him almost.
Ken Curtis. Let me see Ken Curtis on there.
I'll keep going through. Yeah.
What year was this movie?
Was it 64? No, what year?
59, guys. 59.
Okay.
This was right. This is before he went on. He kept showing up on Have Gun Will Travel, but this was before he went on Gunsmoke, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. You had one picture of him earlier. Keep going.
See, it works sometimes, but it's just so campy. You can't give yourself over to it.
Well, because they're doggies, right? Yeah.
The giant gear monster. That's on a Tubi. On a two for.
Well, they do look scarier than the radioactive poodles and the Hulk.
Ken Curtis. There was another shot of him somewhere. I think you saw it.
Neon Night.
There
so is my mother-in-law. She's an immigrant.
She's a hot one.
From the Netherlands.
She's a hot one there.
Look out,
Yeah.
killer shrews.
Killer shrews.
Yeah, see that scene was scary. Like if they were all like that, I think the movie would have been a success. But the dialogue is just, it's atrocious. It's poorly acted. It's campy. There is no hero. You want everyone to die. And I mean, even if like you're a pure person and you're a caring and loving and empathetic person, you want everyone to die. These people are rotten. They're not worth life. So
What's
you're
he in
not
a
cheering
barrel
for
there?
anyone.
Was he stuck in a barrel?
This is what I mean. They're portaging.
Oh, they're portaging. Okay. yeah.
This is how they get. No, there you
Oh,
go.
look at the doggies with
I
the.
feel so
These
bad
poor
for the dog.
doggies. This dog's like, hey, what are we doing here,
Hey,
man?
are there treats in there?
And they're
Treats
such
in there?
good little babies. They're perfect. They're perfect. I don't you love dogs? Dogs are just
I love
marvelous.
dogs.
Ooh,
Yeah.
scary.
Sons of Pioneers. That's right, now, Larry.
Yeah,
Like, dude, people don't realize what a great singer, what a talented actor Ken Curtis was, because all they think about is Festus. But I saw him doing other things before. The guy's a brilliant actor, and he just got that gig, man. He just did it when he got on Gunsmoke. We took over for Burt Reynolds and Dennis Weaver on Gunsmoke. Look at that. Kill the Shrews, yeah.
Yep.
Alright,
And
Festus.
so that's it, guys. So I give 1.5 to the pupperonis.
The pupperonis.
And the movie gets a 0, but the puppies get 1.5 for their marvelous attempt at being giant killer shrews. And so that's it. That is all I have to offer this week. So I'll go through that one more time. Mark?
Hey, that Admiral Teague. Hey there.
Yep.
Welcome.
Admiral Teague!
Basically, everyone, if you ever watch Killer Shrews, only watch the MST3 version.
Yes, you want to
laugh.
do that. I've never watched that
It's
MSTK
funny.
thingy or whatever, but yeah,
Make
fun of it.
At least you get to laugh at something.
exactly. So this
Yeah.
week we had
Tales of Tomorrow.
And this week I watched All the Time in the World. I
First
gave
episode.
this a 9 out of 10. Please watch this.
It's for those who are going late, it's a TV show from 1952 that is very difficult to find, but it actually is on YouTube and of course they're on Tubi and stuff. So.
Next is Robinson Crusoe on Mars. This is a fine film that is a must watch. This is essential film for anyone who loves science fiction. And I mean, whether you're a geek and you love celluloid, you've memorized TV shows and films, or you're a nerd and you've just got your nose buried in a book constantly, no matter which side of the fence you are on, this is science fiction luxury. Must do. And then
Yeah.
Puppies in Burlap. Puppies in Burlap, I give a 1.5 out of 10 because it's Puppies in Burlap. You could just watch a movie about killer bees. It's the same thing, only you'll want everyone to survive. You'll actually be cheering for people to live. And that completes my segment, everyone.
Yay. Well done.
That was fun, yeah.
Well done.
Except for the
No, love
shrews,
it.
but even the shrews are fun.
Yeah,
And I see they colorized that movie. That's one I don't think any
Did
film
they-
purist would complain about
Oh,
Ted Turner
no,
colorizing
no one
the
would
killer
care.
shrews.
No one would care if they killerized it. Well,
Oh, Michael Beacom, we can't talk about that. That
what?
was crushing for me. That was as bad
Oh yes.
as the
Oh,
as the monkey moment. The monkey
Mm.
moment when he behaves like the ideal human being should and exemplifies the greatest essence of what it is to be a human being. That next scene, that's the one where I was like, oh, I can't believe this is happening to me. This is terrible. I can't watch this. But of course I continued to watch it because it's a horrible moment and you live it with him and you feel every inch of it. And it's quite sad, but yeah, love that, Michael Beacom. Enjoy that movie, everyone. And now I'm going to be
Indeed.
quiet.
Oh no, people love it. This segment you've been doing since I at least since when'd you start this? Like November?
In a while
October?
now, right?
Maybe October. I don't know, but people love it. I love it. I mean, it's great, man. It's got to be. I know it's fun for you too, but yeah, everyone really enjoys it. I think so. There we go. Let's see here. What else we got going on, Mark? I know you said you got
I got a few things to show. Yep. So not a lot, but a few. I'll show you my
times or what?
Not definite. Well, no, just some fun stuff. Yeah. So let me.
Okay.
This is what I printed for my giveaway. So let me switch my mic here so I can go get over there. Let's see.
Thank you, Thing.
So this is. I don't want my latest call summary. I'm trying to click on. Come on, engineers. These annoying. Always annoy you with like Chris. I'm trying to go into Chris to change my microphone.
We show too much info. You can't get to what you want to show. So this is I 3D printed this, so this is part of the giveaway. So I don't know if this is what MMM wanted. I was giving away this, and I also had Judge Dredd. This really cool filament printed, so it changes colors. You print, which is really cool. So someone thought I had painted this on Twitter today, but it's actually the filament changes color as you print. So it's kind of a cool, really cool, and you can see it's almost life-size thing. So I thought it was a fun, and that show Wednesday is just so fun. So and the thing has more personality than a lot of stuff that's on these days that's new. So thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you, my Hungry Boys. Oh, he likes it. Yep. So
nice.
Of course, everyone loves it.
So if you check out I did a short on
Michael.
this today.
Take it easy, Michael. Take care. He's going to be still lurking out there.
Oh, good night. And please tell, be seeing you. And please tell Cassandra that we said hello. Maybe give her a little kiss on the cheek for me. I know she's in the easy chair with her blanket, off to bed with you two. And we'll see you on Saturday. Thank you for joining us, Beacums. We love you, Beacums.
Have a good one. Appreciate it, man.
And DJ Ronnie G says that he wants to watch the Killer Shrew movie the most. Should he be ashamed? DJ Ronnie G, no, you should not. Retro Nerd Girl and I, we unabashedly advocate A, B, C, and even D science fiction. I don't know why her and I are like that. We're both like that. I've actually never met anyone in my life like that, and I think that's why I enjoy her company so much. But wanting to watch that and have some laughs and that being your guilty pleasure, Retro Nerd Girl and I are right on board with that. Do it and laugh hysterically. It's hysterical.
Great advice. Yep. So those are the items in the giveaway, and then of course the thing I hadn't I was printing it that day, so there's the thing hand. So
Mardi Gras version of Judge Dredd.
Yeah, I know. I just thought it'd be.
It looks like a king cake.
King cake Judge. Oh, that would be good for.
I'm not killing you. Look, those are king cake colors. I mean,
that's awesome.
I just had me a piece of king cake, as a matter of fact.
That's awesome.
Why do you always brag about having king cake when I can't have any?
We've had it since Sunday, and we're still picking on it.
How do you have any left? You should be chopping that up and dunking it in coffee every morning at breakfast.
I don't have any coffee. Oh, well, I do. We got a new coffee maker, but I can't get it working. It's messed up. Anyway.
What?
This is a long story. But anyway, it does look. I'm not kidding. It looks like a king cake Judge Dredd. It's amazing, and it is Mardi Gras time down here, so it kind of works.
I'm gonna bite that hand. Does that mean that bite the hand that feeds you? Bite.
Yeah, that's also a Mardi Gras colored hand. Did you know it was Mardi Gras down here? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, no, we got a member
Lynn,
chat.
Barnett. Hey there.
Hey, Len.
You should member chat?
Oh, I love you too.
Says from DJ Ronnie G says Clobber level 1 month. Thanks, Raquel, and valuable part of my Thursday.
Aw, love you guys.
Yes, thank you, DJ Ronnie G. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here today.
So I figured I'd show some more strange things. So I bet you don't have this, Mike.
Ooh.
I bet you would be right. Wow, what in the
wow.
What in the hell is that?
Yeah, that's a thing. It was Mega Blocks. I got to look it up.
Wow.
But it was these robots. I got it a while ago. It's like a thing robot, and they had a bunch of other Marvel characters.
Wow.
So it's kind of like a pseudo Lego. I gotta
Wow.
Weird, wild
goggle
stuff.
it, but it's the
Oh, those
Goggle,
do
yeah.
look like Lego. I want to call them ports. Should I call them ports? Are they innies and outies? But look at the
innies and
bottom of the
outies.
feet.
Yeah, so it's I think it's Mega Blocks.
Is it Mega Blocks? Okay.
I think it's Mega Blocks. But I should have looked it up before I came on, but I figured since I'm showing the thing, and so this is a really strange thing. Yeah.
It looks
Actually-
like it's like it's got some kind of like RoboCop or Judge Dredd thing
Yeah.
to it, because look at the visor on his eyes.
It is weird
I
looking,
think-
but you know,
I think the
Neon
hands
Knight.
shoot.
As you know, Neon Knight, nobody gets the baby anymore because they put it on top of the cake because they won't. They're afraid of getting in trouble. They don't put it inside the cake anymore.
I thought
It's on top of the cake. How lame is that? Anyway,
That's dumb.
actually, not on top. Since the cake is a circle, there's a little just sitting there inside the circle. It's not even on top of it.
Participation trophy.
Baby, yeah, that's right.
I thought
So
this
this is
shot
weird.
the handoff.
Oh,
This
no
is
way.
some weird
Oh,
thing.
crazy cool. Well, be careful. Don't break it. But if that shoots off, that'll be
Thing
wild.
I think
Press
it
it
shoots.
down.
I think the same. I'm trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, I think Hungry Boy's even weirded out by this.
No, like press it in. Like down
I
and
am.
in.
Yeah. It's
Down
not working.
and
Yeah.
in.
Man, I'm weirded out too,
Gently.
Hungry Boy.
No.
HB.
Yeah, no more. You'll break it.
Wow, that's
Screw it.
disturbing.
I'll look it up, but I thought it was spring loaded in that.
Yeah. It
thought
does look
that
like a
shut up.
mechanism, doesn't it? Does the
Yeah,
other side have it?
Well, it's supposed to push down here. Come on.
Oh,
Maybe the spring's broken.
yeah.
But anyway, so he's supposed to do clobbering time, maybe. But yeah, this is a very creepy thing. You know, ever got to buy everything Fantastic Four. As long as the first thing,
Where
no
did
pun,
you
to
get
weird me out
this?
more than that.
Who
Probably
made this?
KB.
He needs a cheeseburger.
Is there a date on this? Let's see. Is there a date on this? I'll
Yep.
get my loop out later.
It's just a thing droid, so pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd probably get it. I probably would have got it.
Oh, I like that you called it a droid. It does look
Yeah,
like
she's a
3CPO.
thingoid. A thing droid. A thingoid.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
L,
what the
you know,
visor
L
is
isn't
for.
on. Our buddy L isn't on Twitter anymore, so
It's
remember
not
all
on there
the-
anymore.
no, I haven't.
Somebody
been
popped in
seeing
the
his
other day.
post.
The thing, you know, the thing who pops in here, who I
Yeah.
suspect might be him. He popped in the other day just before the show.
Yeah.
He's not on Twitter anymore. Oh man, I'm
No,
bummed
well,
out.
I mean,
He probably has this.
All his stuff is gone.
Oh no.
So, and I wish I'd saved saved his photos, some of his photos.
L, if you're out there, dude, if you do listen, I hope you come back. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, because
Sure he
his
didn't get in
collection was the
trouble.
ultimate thing collection. So
We've got
maybe he
all-
just erased
it's
his
Hungry
Twitter.
boy.
real.
But I found a few pictures, through searches from other people had reposted, but there are a couple of pictures of his. I always thought we should have saved
This
a couple
collection
pictures
was
of his room
incredible.
because
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, we
Al would
should've.
know exactly what this is.
we did show some of the. I
Elle
think we did
probably
show
has it.
some. We did show some pictures on one of our streams, but we have so many streams. I have no way of knowing which to go back and so I could clip the photos. But
Ah, crap.
I remember we talked about it on Sunday Night Geekery at one point, and we're showing photos. But
Stuart's enjoying Retro Nerd Girls watch parties. Cool. They are very cool.
Yeah.
Look
She
forward to
likes the
watching
same.
Beastmaster. There you go.
Love
Oh,
it.
Beastmaster, yeah. We
I
have
think-
the same taste in the science fiction. Retro Nerd Girl and I. I mean, she likes all films, but she's got the same sweet spot for sci-fi I have. I enjoy it.
Yeah. He thinks it's Bionicle. Is it Bionicle? I don't know.
Oh.
It might be Bionicle.
it is kind of like Bionicle, but it's not. I got to look
Not
for a
that
brand, or
company.
if anyone can look.
So this is
look
a
on the internet.
Lego Fantastic car with the
This
thing
is
in
Mega
it. Like,
Bricks. Yeah, so it came in.
It's
This
not
is Mega
Lego?
Bricks. It's a Lego knockoff because Lego lost their patent,
right.
expired. But it came in a thing head, and I couldn't find. I have it downstairs somewhere. I should have brought it up. But it's the packaging was actually the face of the thing or the head of the thing. And I have a Wolverine one too, and it's looks like the rejected critter from the Puppet Master film.
Boosh.
Schizophrenic.
He doesn't have very long legs. Here's Benji on the. Put him on the top here.
Nice.
That's a strange thing. But he's got the 4.
How long you had that?
20 years, I guess. Or so you don't have this one either, do you?
No. I never synced it. I never synced it.
So
I'll
that's
never
another
sleep that
strange thing.
I don't know where you seen that, boy.
Another strange thing, and then there's a few more strange things. So, well, this is a strange
Strange
read.
things and stranger things.
Strange things are happening to me.
Read.
Strange thing. You know that song, do you?
Invisible Woman.
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
Oh, look at the Invisible
four-
Woman.
The 4 gives her away, though. She's not totally
Yes.
invisible.
I can't see what you got. Did you have something in your hand? I couldn't see it.
I couldn't see that.
Oh, wow.
Is that cute?
That's
Oh,
very
boy.
cute. That's Lego?
No,
Or
this is from
knockoff.
Japan. I bought it on eBay.
Yeah, that's adorable. I
just
don't
little
usually like the cutesy wootsy stuff, but that's adorable. It's so teeny weeny. Look at it. It isn't even the size of your thumbnail.
Yeah, it's small. small little guy. Yep. It's got
Sean
the,
Carter from Mars.
Sean Carter from Mars. What's up, buddy?
But I don't have the
Good to see ya.
torch, so
No
I
torch.
don't have the torch.
What about
Oh, no
Herbie?
torch.
Maybe they're based on the cartoon. You can only get Herbie.
Yeah,
They
so
want
when I
people to
bought
set
them,
the kids to set themselves on fire. So yeah, weird,
very-
wild stuff, dude. Nice.
and then
I
I'll
love
show
it when
my.
you go I love it when you go Johnny Carson. I love it. Weird wild stuff. Weird wild
Well, that is wild. That is weird, wild stuff. Doc, did you know that? Ed, have you ever heard anything like that before? That is wild. That is so wild. You are correct, sir.
Oh
magnificent
no,
one.
we're gonna have an accident
I'm sorry.
Oh, he punched.
when Judge
punched
Dredd
Judge.
comes
no.
around.
Yeah,
When Mardi
he's gonna
Gras
punch-
Judge Dredd comes around.
Hey, Mardi Gras Dread's about to get
Oh, it just missed.
Ooh.
Oh, it
Rainbow
just touched
Dread.
it.
It might be a rainbow dread. You might be, some alphabet dread.
Yeah. Oh, and I have to do a review of this figure. I found in my dad's garage. I'd given him this Indiana Jones.
Hey.
So,
dun, 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 dun.
What? Oh, nice.
So I had the other figure, and then Michael from Retro Boston came on. We were talking about this one. So I did actually buy this for Dad. It was in his garage. So Dad, I stole it back. Just like some of the tools I stole from you, you never got back. That's the running joke, like you
Aw.
borrow tools. And So I'll do a
You're such a sweet
review of that
son.
yeah. Where are my tools? Damn it!
Yeah.
And
Stuart
I'll
Mitchell
show you-
just gave an update on J-Man subs. He's up to 994. Six more.
there you
Come
go.
on, J-Man. Thank you. Thank you for that, Stuart. J-Man, we're pulling for you, buddy. We can do it. I guess I'm going to try to go to put out the word on
Yeah,
Twitch
well, tweet it.
later.
Well,
Tweeted
you're
her
not
out
giving
tonight.
those away as prizes. Why are you putting them on the
No, well,
rotator of
MMM already won. Well, he
They already had
did
the
he pick?
email me. Well, he didn't tell me what he picked, but
Oh,
okay.
MMM. If you're there, you need to pick something.
yeah, well, I got to see. I told him to email me, so hopefully we'll get that.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'll check my
You gotta
emails now.
Make sure you send them.
I'm
Tell
away
them
from the
what the
desk, yep.
options are when you.
Yeah,
get a
give him the
reminder of
options. And tell us what he chose.
Yep,
we,
I will.
We need
I
an
will,
update on this one.
And so I made chili tonight. So of course, if you're a Mustang fan, you've got to use Carol Shelby's chili kit. For real Texas, original Texas brand.
What
but
the heck is that?
Carol Shelby is the designer of the Carol Shelby Ford Mustang.
Shelby.
The big
Shelby
Mustang.
Thing, yeah.
So Mustangs. Yep, one of the greatest American race car drivers. Ford
Mustang.
versus Ferrari.
Yeah,
Well,
Sean
let's
Carter,
see that
somebody
first.
in our community. His name is J-Man. Are you following J-Man yet, Sean Carter? He could sure use an extra
can get the
sub
link
if you're
up
feeling
there.
like doing it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. We haven't talked about it in a while. If anyone can get the J-Man link back in there,
Yep.
J-Man had to run, but he's at 994, and we're trying to get him his channel. Links. Links. Listen to me. We can get a link in there. We're trying to get his channel subs up to 1K. Because he deserves it. He's a great friend of ours, and we hope we can get that.
He is. He has really been a great friend of ours. He's promoted my stories when I was selling them individually. He promoted them as a book when I published them in a paperback and then in a hardback and ebook. And
there you
he
go.
hangs
Thank
out
you,
with
Jill.
Clobby and he hangs out with all of us, and he's just a smart and funny and cool guy. So.
Thank you, Jill. Appreciate that. So, yeah, there's the link in the chat. And if anyone who has not been here when we were talking about it earlier and you haven't subbed to our good buddy J-Man, I really appreciate it if you would. He's a great guy, great friend of the show. He'll be with me Monday night at 6 p.m. We're doing another Bob Haney comics review. So we do reviews together and stuff like that. He's a real cool friend of the show. J-Man rocks.
He created the Cobra, Shelby. Yeah.
So here we go with. I'm just gonna show you my chili tonight that I cooked. But, chili, and also, hey, I've got king cake.
Hey,
is right here.
Thanks, Sean.
King cake. You don't have king cake.
Yeah, I had a king
What?
cake.
Come on, get lost. Why does everybody get to have king cake except for me?
They had it in
don't relax. He did not have a king cake. He's kidding.
No, we had here was but it's a French king cake.
So it's not a king
showed
cake.
you guys that.
That is not a king cake.
That is not a king cake. 15-yard penalty.
But it says here it says for king cake right here.
No, that's a French king cake. That's not a king cake.
Well, where do you think they got it in New Orleans? A lot of French people down there.
No, that's not a king cake.
But it was really good, and it did have the little
little
dude in it. It had the dude in it, right? Where was the little guy? Oh, we hadn't eaten it yet, so. But that's probably where they got the idea. There was, and it actually was inside the cake.
Yet? Really?
No, we ate this. This is from like a month ago.
The Burger King crown?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we did that over New Year's. That's from New Year's. I think I showed everyone that. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that looks like a giant donut. I would
looks
totally
good.
Eat that cake.
Oh, it's good.
Inhale it.
Oh, yeah. And it might be a king cake of that sort, but it's not a New Orleans king cake.
No, it's not a New Orleans king cake.
Yeah.
King cake from New Orleans is a special thing. And I need to put it in my face.
But is it like a pastry cake, Clobbering Times, or is it
a? See it?
Yeah.
Show them a picture of it. It's beautiful pastry. Yummy.
It's
ridiculous.
Okay.
So there's your king cake right there. Just depends on what you like. They got different flavors. Look at the beads.
Yummy.
It's got to be colorful to be a New Orleans king cake.
Yep.
You got ingredients right there, so you can make one. I bet Mark can make one. You don't make cakes, do you?
Not too often, no. I do once in a while, but looks like it's got a layers to it, which must be really tasty.
It does.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
I thought it was because it's pastry, but it looks as though it's something. Look, it just looks delicious. There's one that has Bavarian cream in it. I want to eat that.
Something happened to me.
What, honey?
I can't find my StreamYards. Where are you?
Oh, the tab.
Here.
Yeah.
The tab. Where'd the tab go?
Tab.
I can't find my damn StreamYards tab.
Oh, look at that one in the corner that says Tea Time Magazine. Get in my belly.
Yummy.
But seriously, we don't want to be mean to you about your cake, Mark. It looks good. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Baby.
Yeah, no, joker. Yeah.
See, the baby's like, why can't I be inside? Oh, look, there's one with the baby inside. They won't put the baby in there anymore.
So cute.
Yeah. Well, this one, the one I had a king, like a porcelain figure, like a little king in it. So you have to be careful.
Good.
Yeah, whoever finds the king has to buy the cake for next year.
They have king cake cookies, by the way. See?
Nice,
yeah, I'll eat those as well. I'll have those as well, please.
Oh, was that king cake mix? There you go.
I'll have that. No mixes. I'm not eating.
Well, you could make it yourself if you want to make it yourself.
How to make it yourself?
Now, we got some good king cakes. Some of them are a little too cakey with not enough stuff. For example, this one we got, my mom gave us the other night. We took home and still nibbling on, got a little bit left of it. That was Sunday.
How?
It's got Bavarian cream and raspberry in it.
I love Bavarian cream.
Like, you should be taking a large slice of that every morning, dunking it into a coffee, and then just stuffing the whole thing in your face at once.
I have no mornings anymore.
That's what I would do with it. I would totally get like a pail of coffee and just slam it.
I nibbled on a piece earlier. A little piece of it there. Yeah.
There'd be no nibbling for me.
Yeah, so here's my chili that I made tonight.
I'd go for it does
look good. Yep. I did use some kidney beans, but I boiled them for 2 hours. So what I always do is I take the beans out, and you gotta have lots of garlic and chili, right?
Good garlic. That's
Lots of
a
garlic.
healthy amount of garlic.
Well, welcome to Clobber's Cooking Show, folks. The Clubhouse Cooking Show. Right here.
Yeah, so some pink. I always like the pink beans too. Those are good. But you always got to take the beans out and drain them and wash them and soak them. I usually soak them for like a half hour. You gotta have lots of onions, right? You can never have too many onions. So I chop all the onions up, and thankfully we're contacts, so I don't cry.
So you got white onions there, you got yellow onions there, and you got red
And some
onions
Spanish,
there.
yeah.
So it's
Very
you've got
multicultural.
yeah. So you got 2 super sweets there, and you've got a white, and you got so the good variety of onions.
Yeah, you mix it up. Yep. Stick of butter.
And butter.
You gotta have a stick of butter. Yep. You're not
And
saving calories.
And you were cooking in a Dutch oven.
Le Creuset. Yep.
Very nice.
Yep.
They are very expensive. I have one myself.
Well, that's what wedding presents are for.
That is correct. When you don't want to buy your own $400 pot, you have your relatives put in for you to get you your own $400 pot.
Yeah. So so my daughter, as an aside, she had a TikTok video that had over like 1 million hits, and it was like 10 things she'd want in her kitchen someday. And one of them was a Le Creuset pot, and then everyone kept offering to give her one. I'm like, but she didn't want to give her address out to anyone. So
well, that was smart.
Yeah. So Eric says he lets his beans soak 24 hours. So these are canned beans, and I'm kind of in a rush to get this chili done. Unfortunately, but I did when I used the dried beans. That's 100% right. You soak them. Yeah, you soak them for 24 hours, and they take up all the moisture. Then you can't. Yeah, it takes a long time to get them to taste good. So here's all my onions mashed up. I know Steve Mitchum's getting. It's a food processor.
Poor
yeah,
Clubby.
I mean, they'll disappear
like
anyway.
Sometimes, but yeah, I mean, no, I'm fine. I like onions. Okay,
it becomes flavor. It becomes flavor. Like once you cook them.
I don't like
down,
them on my hamburgers or anything like that.
No.
You don't even know that they're in the chili once you cook the chili. So there's the onions and the butter and the garlic all mixed together. And of course, I love brown sugar in my chili, so you got to have some brown sugar. Some sugar in the raw.
You put brown sugar in the chili?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I definitely don't.
You don't?
You put bourbon like McCoy does? Like whiskey.
I put some liquor in.
Bourbon or whiskey? I think it was bourbon.
I think
whiskey.
You did.
Spot, you want us more?
If Dee was drinking it, it'd be fine by me.
Yeah. So of course you can do the chili, just the meat chili, I guess the Texas way So here's the.
I like it. That's the way it should be for hot dogs, like chili on a hot dog. But I don't think the buns don't work. I mean, beans don't work on chili for a hot dog. But every other way, I mean, chili and like a big old just chili, you gotta have the beans.
Yeah.
So what do we have here? We've got some chili powder, and it looks as though we have and it looks as though it's got a little bit of paprika mixed in it, and then the other one it looks like we have a mixture of cayenne pepper.
It's a cayenne, yep.
Yeah, and then the other packet would be probably a garlic and an onion powder.
Well, it's actually the flour. That's the flour.
Is that the flour? Okay,
to thicken it. Yep, massa. Yeah.
Why do you use a kit?
Because I love Carol Shelby, and I've been buying it even though I have all my separate stuff. It's just I have to put that in to support Carol Shelby. It'd be like if Gene Roddenberry made chili.
If Gene Roddenberry made chili, honey, I would have an entire cabinet filled with it.
I'm sure he made chili for Macho.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if he had a
he
chili
could make
kit
chili
that
for
he was
me
selling,
anytime.
But if you had a chili kit he was selling, you would buy that. It's like because I have a Mustang, so yeah. And Larry, I'm in trouble. I have a gas grill, so gas top stove. So someday
you have a gas grill.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. I don't know. These people.
Well, it's trying to get rid of them now. Yep. Mm-hmm. So I put a little Contro in. I like that flavor, and then it all burns out. So
why don't burn it off?
Well, the alcohol burns out. You're not gonna get drunk. And this time I tried some dark rum.
Ooh, a little dark rum.
Some dark rum, and then I threw some. From McCoy, I threw some little bit of brandy in there.
Here you go.
So mixing that. and then you cook that in the meat, and then of course you got the paprika is always good to
That's
have, a
good.
little extra paprika, some cumin, coriander,
Starfire.
a little parsley, starfire, some chives.
Hey, Oliver Belamonte.
Oliver
Oliver.
Belamonte.
So there it's starting to cook. Yep.
It's only for
And then you get-
medicinal purposes.
Yeah, only for that. And then of course the beans, and I boiled it. I didn't take a picture of boiling beans, but I boiled the beans for like 2 hours because I always found that if you cook it in the chili, it just doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't come out right, and it's a lot like you said. You want to get those beans up to a nice high temperature. Yep.
You do, you have to.
So there's some. Oh, look at the beans in there. They're mixed in with the chili. And then of course you got to add your tomato sauces.
Oh boy.
So
That's
I
a
had
lot of fun.
yeah, and then it all cooks down. But I didn't take pictures of the different like Rotel. Rotel is great to use, or flavored tomato sauces, or cans with like garlic and basil, and they sell those little cans. So those are really, I got to take some pictures of those cans, but yeah, those add a lot of flavor. So, but then it's all got to cook down, and it'll be ready for the Super Bowl. It's always good to let it sit. You let yours sit
Are
for
you still getting this ready for the Super Bowl? Because
yeah,
got a
getting
few
this
days
ready
left
for
before
the
you're
Super
done. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So everyone's hungry right now. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you're all
I
hungry.
can't wait for the Super Bowl. Good food.
Yeah, and the other thing, I'm going to be away this. Where's some ribs here, just to get everyone even more hungry, right? The food section.
Yep.
Food
Just
section. Where's some?
Wilson, like you said, Neon
there's-
Night. Yeah. Woo.
There's the whole pig, right?
Oh,
So this
wow.
would be great for a barbecue. So the whole pig cooked over the summer, and here's some ribs for you. Yep. So yeah, that'll make you hungry. Right? That'd be good. And bacon. There you go. Is
Bacon.
Dadman still here?
Dadman.
Here-
Dadman's all
Here you
about
go,
the bacon.
Dadman. Bacon. There you go. Bacon, Dadman. So that's a good way to end. Just show some bacon there.
Love it. I want a covered bacon sandwich. A bacon sandwich on bacon.
Bacon sandwich on bacon.
Bacon
right?
is the bread. Yes, sir, Bob. Well,
One
there
day
you
I'm going
go.
to take you to Vulcan, Alberta, and I'm going to take you
would
to
love to
this
go there.
little Mama's Cafe in Vulcan, Alberta, and they have a bacon sandwich there that cannot be beat. It's got to be at least
Nice.
6 inches thick bacon, and I put a little tomato, a little bit of cheese.
Nice.
Delicious.
Oliver has a
Nice.
question for you, Raquel,
What?
and me, and all of us. I guess all of us. Do you have a favorite Star Trek unexpected moment in TV? Mine was when Cisco punched Q in Q last episode. I giggled when Cisco said to Q after punching him because I know Q said to him, "You hit me." Picard never hit me. He goes, "I'm not Picard." Yeah, that is a great. I like that scene a lot. That's a fun scene there, Oliver. So, So
Mark,
is a-
have you got one?
a favorite shocking moment. Yeah, Mark, you got one? while
Talking
we're
about
thinking about it?
in Star Trek or in
Yeah, Star Trek. Unexpected
Well, I guess-
moments. That's a good question.
Well, I guess watching Arena the first time, I'm like, I think that was my first episode that I ever remember
Oh.
watching,
Oh, wow.
and just like how when Kirk is able to make the gun and actually shoot the Gorn,
Nice.
I thought he was dead to rights, and I didn't think he had a chance. So that was a shocking moment. So
That was shocking, yeah.
and that was such a episode that it's we're going to talk about that. I could talk about that episode for hours, but
Yes, that's
that was just such a great setup there with the captain stranded, and it scared me as a kid. I know whoever says the Gorn wasn't scary, shin kicks, because that's a terrifying creature. The slow movement of the
Especially when you're
creature
little.
that never stops. That's what's super terrifying to someone. The unstoppable force.
Yep.
Sure.
So that.
What about you,
that
number
would
one?
be
You got
mine.
any?
Yeah. One moment stands out. The most shocking moment, I think, for me in Star Trek was when Dr. Boyce says to Pike, he pours him a drink, and he hands it to him, and Pike is taken aback because instead of taking on the role of a physician, he takes on the role of like a confidant. At that point, he's not acting like a psychiatrist or like anyone else. He just realizes this is a man who is spent, and he doesn't need pills to cure what ails him. He needs to have a sit down chit chat with a friend, and just a quiet moment to talk about what's going on with him, what his needs are. And so he broaches that with a cocktail. I think that is my most unexpected moment in Star Trek for me, and I think it's pleasant. I think it's truly
Nice.
beautiful because, of course, Gene was a big proponent of talking about your feelings, talking about shell shock. That's what they called it back then. Of course, we call it PTSD and stuff now. But
Yeah.
I thought that it was beautiful to have two men just have a quiet moment together, and instead of him acting like a psychiatrist or like a doctor, he decided that he was going to first act as friend. So he poured them both a very modest cocktail, and not a lot. They weren't going to sit there and get inebriated, but they were going to talk about it. And I think that was daring for that time. And I think it was just a really cool man-on-man moment. I really loved it. Unexpected. So that's mine.
Greatness. Lisa, good to see you. Nothing to apologize for. You're never late. We're just glad to see you, my dear.
Yeah, glad you popped in.
It's tough to pick because that means you have to search way back to your first time of seeing something, right? That got you totally off guard. And I can't go back that far after 40 something years and decide, to pick a most, I think he's supposed to like most shocking or surprising moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that this is that, because so this is going to be, I'm not sure it's going to live up to that kind of a question since it's been so long, Oliver, but I'll take a stab at it. I think it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in Star Trek that really sets it apart from everything else. And it is one of the best, you call it a reveal or a shock or whatever, in Devil in the Dark, when pretty much we think this is a monster hunt, and Kirk and Spock decide to communicate with the Horta, and we find out that the Horta is not a monster.
Yeah.
It's one of the most beautiful things ever in all of TV ever, in my opinion.
Agreed.
And that's
What a
great
choice.
That's a great thing for anyone watching if they're for the first time, because I can imagine, I can't remember exactly my first time watching an episode, obviously, but just imagine you're sitting around 1966 or 7 when the episode aired.
Yeah.
And you're watching a science fiction show, and if you've been watching the show at any given, you already know it's pretty good, but you see this thing, and the episode does such a nice job of setting up the monster hunt that you're thinking this is just a monster killing people. Fine, we'll see what happens. And you're not ready, in my opinion, you're not ready for what we, when they for them to communicate with the creature.
Yeah.
And when they do, it's just the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in Star Trek, or one of them. When we find out that, the Devil in the Dark is really, that's such a great surprise twist, that the Devil in the Dark are really the humans.
Yes.
And the Horde is just protecting itself. It's a beautiful, wonderful story.
Endangered
it's a brilliant
idea. Protecting its young. That's a good choice. It's a very good choice.
I think that's
one of the all-time
moment.
best episodes. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not shocked by Cisco punching Q, but it's a great funny scene though.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Although that went in, by the way, it worked for the character of Cisco. It was a great thing, because it's true, that was pretty in an episode that some don't really like all that much. I think it was kind of, at least the Q stuff's entertaining. The Q, and it was kind of interesting the way Picard, no matter what, he never got physical with Q, and here's Cisco punching him in the first meeting, and that was a good thing. I guess I can see why you might be a little shocked by that at first in a funny way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because Q is like, he's untouchable. He's omnipotent.
Yeah.
He's terrifying. He could squash you like a bug, literally.
Turn you into a bug, and then squash you.
Exactly. And so I could definitely see how Oliver Belamonte found that to be like a shocking or surprising moment, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And the moment, there's so many wonderful moments in all of Star Trek, And I would wager, I guess because I'm biased, that obviously all of the series probably have their own really great moments, certainly. But I think if I had to pick all the best ones, I'd probably end up my top 10 would probably almost all be TOS. I mean, there's
Oh
so many
yeah,
great
for sure.
moments.
For me, they would all be. They
And
would
that's
all
trying to be
be.
objective, like
Yeah.
being fair to all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, entirely fair. But it's just all of the great science fiction moments were crafted by some of our best, some of humanity's best science fiction authors. So there's no shame in that. I think all of my choices would come from TOS as well.
Yeah, although again, I'm sure there are other
Measure
ones.
of a
Jill
Man.
likes Measure of a
good
Man. That's a
things.
great one. Well, Jill says that's a pretty good one. They're the offspring. The offspring. It was surprising to me when the antagonist cyberneticist becomes compassionate at the end when reports what he witnessed when Data tried to save Law. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good one. It was a good episode. Yeah,
No, TNG had some good ones, yeah, but overall can't touch TOS and open up that wormhole. But but I think
Steven,
overall
well, we're gonna, this is almost spoilers since we're going to be doing this episode in a long time from now. But but yes, that was pretty shocking. In the pale moonlight, yeah, that's some pretty shocking stuff there, Steven. I'll give you that one for sure. Yeah. Hey, Woke Breaker.
Yeah, Woke Breaker.
Hey, Woke Breaker. Yeah, and Picard bringing a proto-Vulcan on the bridge, or not on the bridge, but in 10 Forward.
Doing what now? Oh,
when he brought the proto-human, or proto-Vulcan, into 10 Forward and said, "Look, like we've polluted your."
Oh yes, that's a
that one. Yeah,
the Watchers.
Yeah,
I mean, yes,
Watchers. Yeah, that was a good
that's
one
a
too.
beautiful.
That's a shocking.
episode.
That's a shocking moment that Picard would do something like that because there was clear contamination there, and
they thought he was a god. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have that. We have the Prime Directive, right? And so that I think that's shocking too. But like Clobby said, there are lots of them. But I think like these surprise episodes for me are all going to come from TOS because it's like Clobby was saying, when you first encounter Star Trek and you are surprised, like I was surprised by the Telosians, like the Telosians are burned into my mind. But when you're looking like 45 years later at what stuck in your mind, right? Like you have lots of moments. And so, yeah, you just sort of pick the ones that stand out judging by your mood that day, like, what do you care about that day? Or what do you care about that year, right? Yeah. That's a great thing. Star Trek moves and grows with you as a person as you grow and change and become a better version of yourself, and you edify yourself and you get more life experience and hopefully more wisdom. Different things appeal to you at different times in your life. Society's different. You're different.
Donnie, whatever do you mean? He says, "Oh, come on, darn it."
Maybe a different episode. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
Star Trek Picard premiered tonight.
Elaborate.
Did
it really?
They had the red carpet for Star Trek Picard.
Let's not go there.
Barf.
Why did you have to do that? Let's not ruin it when we're talking about Real Trek.
Let's not say we did.
Yeah. No, but anyway, yeah. Well, there are a lot of great moments though that catch you that are just like so. In the original series, all the Trek, but in the original series, like the Organians. That's a pretty amazing bit. The scene.
Yeah,
that's shocking. Yep.
When these people that you think are just these simple primitive people, when they turn into pure energy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's so true.
So yeah, pretty good. Well, you know what? You guys got things to do. You both need to get out of here earlier tonight, and I promise you to get you out of here early. So everyone, we're going to cut it a little bit shorter than usual tonight. Let me make some show notes, though. First, a week from tonight, we will not have the Clubhouse. It'll be the night before. It'll be next Wednesday night. So we're going to all be together, the three of us, but it'll just be for that. There won't be a show a week from tonight because Mark D. and we have been conscripted, if you will, to be guests on the great Comics Division show. We'll put out the links and everything on the info about that. We'll be helping them review the new Marvel movie. Wasp allows Ant-Man to hang out with her for a while. Quantumania, I think that's the title. Anyway,
Did you buy your tickets yet, just in case
No.
it sells out?
This ain't selling out. It ain't gonna sell out, buddy. Anyway, so and if it does, boy, I'd be so lucky, wouldn't I? So got started, I didn't get to go see it. But anyway, so we'll be doing that. But anyway, where are we? Oh, tomorrow night, Friday. Oh, before I do my notes, let me see if Raquel has anything to finish with. Go ahead.
And no, not really. I just want to say thank you to every single person in the chat who brought wonderful conversation into this room tonight. Each of you has a unique and wonderful perspective on science fiction and different things that you love, films, television shows. Thank you for your wonderful conversation. We're nothing without these amazing, engaging conversations that we all enjoy so much. So thank you one and all for tuning in and supporting this channel and just being just terrific conversationalists. I want to thank all of the wrenches. I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything you do. I consider each one of you a true friend for the way that you have supported me and Clobby and Mark and this channel and just all the different shows we do. We have outstanding wrenches. You guys work for the big guys, and yet you come and work for us, and we're just the little guys. And your loyalty and your service is so appreciated by us. If you like science fiction, I would really appreciate it if you would buy my book. You can buy my book, Science Fiction Tales. It is episodic science fiction. You can classic science fiction, and you can get that on Amazon in any country, and you can also get it on your Kindle device. And I want to thank Mark. Mark, thank you for just being such a good friend and always being interesting and just always bringing just such cool stuff. I enjoy hanging out with you. And I want to thank Clobby. Clobby, I love you. Thank you for creating this space and bringing us all together as friends, because without you, these friendships don't happen. All of this happened because you are the grand poobah of all of geekdom. We all love you.
Blame Clobbering Times.
Yeah, we just love hanging out with you, and we all know one another and love one another and care for one another and hang out with one another because of you. We love you. So thank you for creating this space. You're the best, baby.
You the best. You the best. Well, Mark, any closing words before I finish with the show notes?
Thank you, Raquel. You always make me blush, and thank you for
you deserve every word.
Kind words. Yep, yeah. But thank you for that. Yeah, it's always fun hanging out with you and Clobbering Times on the show. It's highlight of the week, and I mean, if we run on YouTube, I mean, it's fun being on YouTube and sharing it, but it's a great chance to hang out. Here, I'm going to post a link to my latest video so you can see.
On J-Man, by the way.
Nice, 996. Congrats.
I'm going to get over to Twitter.
Yeah, and here's my print with the thing print, so you can see the filament that I use. The link is in there, and also the Thingiverse model. So if anyone out there's a 3D printer, watch that 15-second clip. Cool. It's set to the Wednesday music, the dance music. But check that out if you want more info on that, on the thing hand there. I wish we had more Ben Grimm things out on Thingiverse, but there are a few too. But no, thank you. And Sunday Night Geekery, probably be a little bit later, I guess, because of the sports ball game. Maybe I'll set it for 11 o'clock or we'll just play it by ear whenever that the game ends. Hopefully it won't go into overtime, but looking forward to watching that game and eating lots of food. So I hope I enabled everyone to eat.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. Mark D with the C.
Boss. Hey, the thing. I don't know if you are our buddy L, who used to be on Twitter or not. You've never told us. If you are L, we miss seeing those pictures if you're not on Twitter anymore. If you're not L, disregard this, but we don't know. We think you might be because you're the thing. And we were looking at some thing stuff, toys. And of course, by the way, Mark even gave me this present. Where is it? My thing mug. Oh, there you go. This Clobbering Times thing mug he gave me.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
A little late.
And so anyway, good to see you, buddy. Clobber on, Clobber. So anyway, so you got, did you have anything
else?
I'm good. So, yep, everyone's go sub to J-Man, even though he loves Highlander 2. I don't hold on against him because he's such a great guy. But let's get him to 1,000 so we can get monetized. Yeah, thank you, Steve, and thank you everyone in the
God, I love
chat.
you, Mark.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah.
Make sure you tell him.
Clobberanimo!
Yeah.
Nice thingies.
Nice thing. Yeah,
But anyway, it's
because I wonder if the
thing.
thing is seeing this thing probably.
Yeah, we were looking at this earlier. The thing. Hey, the thing. Have you seen this figure? This robot, weird looking thing guy.
That's a crazy thing. Yep. Robot
Anyway.
thing. Yep.
So let me finish my show notes, and we'll get you all out of here.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, folks. What proof good guys can have no taste? Yep. What did I do? Did I do that? Oh, I thought okay. All right.
That's from showing the chat. Yeah.
All right. So, everybody, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Quick show notes. Tomorrow night at 6 Central, 7 Eastern, I'll be on our good buddy Dad Man Walking's channel. Talking about the Super Bowl, of course. I think Culture Casino and Esh might even be there with us, I think. So, Dad Man, looking forward to that. And hail to you, Mrs. Dad Man. Then, of course, after the Super Bowl on Sunday night with Mark and with the Geekery, whatever time that is, on his channel, Mark D with the C channel.
Yep.
And please go subscribe to his channel. And then Monday night, as you all know, by the way, it's Superman month all month on Clobbering Times. We're celebrating the greatest superhero of them all. I celebrate him every February. Do Superman shows and stuff. It's his fictional birthday month, which is the 29th. Even though there's not a 29th, we're still going to celebrate it. And there will be a double header, a double feature on Monday night Mark C Comics Talk. First, the great J-Man will join me to take another trip to Earth B at Wacky World of Bob Haney presentation, reviewing Brave and the Bold number 50 with Batman and question mark. I wonder who it could be. And then at 9 Central, my good buddy Carlos from Comics Mania will join me to review the Superman Annual number 11 for The Man Who Has Everything, the Alan Moore, Dave Gibbons masterpiece of a Superman story, one of the greatest Superman stories ever told. And then, of course, Wednesday night will be the Clubhouse with just like it is tonight, just like tonight, except on a Wednesday instead of Thursday. And then Thursday night, of course, no show because Mark and I will be over there with Comics Division.
Yep.
So we'll have one less show that week. Although I might do another show at another time. I don't know. I'll see about that. And then Saturday night Star Trek. Let's see. Well, this, of course, is the next Saturday night Star Trek. I forgot about that, didn't I? I jumped ahead. I missed this one. Yes. So it'll be Saturday night Star Trek this week, starting Deep Space Nine, Season 5, 4 more episodes. Anyway, how did I miss that one? Wow. All right. So thank you all for being here with us tonight. Cannot thank you. And I think Zachariah, good to see you. So many fantastic friends showed up. I just really appreciate you. And we'll usually do a little bit longer show than this, but sometimes. But we got, our officers have things to get done this week, have business to take care of and stuff. So I hope you had a good time. A big shout out to all your lurkers out there. You've been so fantastic. Thank you for doing that. And anyone watching on a rerun or a download, whatever you want to call it, you have my eternal gratitude. I cannot thank you enough. So good night, everybody. And please have a fantastic weekend. I hope to see you back here on those shows I mentioned tomorrow night. I'll be on Nicholas's show tomorrow night at 8:30. Nicholas and the Nick and the Comic Shop show. How did I forget that? Reviewing Infinity Gauntlet with the Comic Shop boys at 8:30. And then again, Saturday Star Trek. So good night, everybody. Please have a marvelous remainder of your evening and a fantastic weekend. Clobber on. I'll see you back here soon.
just love clobbering time.
And they probably redesigned the whole sick bay, too. I know engineers, they love to change things.
Get those nerds! Nerd!
Good night.
Get those nerds! Nerds! What